the MODUS Super Series, brought to you in association with Bet365, Betfair, Betfred, Coral, Ladbrokes, Paddy Power, Unibet and William Hill.
A very good evening and welcome to the MODUS Super Series here on Sporty Stuff TV. It's Friday night, which means the conclusion of Group B when we will finalise the field for finals night tomorrow. And to join me to look ahead to all the action up here on the balcony, it is Corinne Hammond. Corinne, how are we?
Oh, look at us go, Henry, up here on the balcony rather in the comms box. You start with any puns on, I'm jumping off.
Well, we did see a fantastic day earlier on in Group C where we saw Sam Kankit make his way through to finals night alongside Graham Hall. Corinne, let's have a look at some of the best of the highlights then from that session, because we saw some interesting moments, some funny moments, some spectacular stuff as well. For Keelan Kay, how do you think he will reflect upon his week?
I think there's a lot that he can take away from it. He did have some moments of brilliance there, and then other times just really wasn't in the running, but he had some really great checkouts along the way as well. So yeah, there is a lot of positives that he can take away, and hopefully that'll just make him stronger the next time he comes back to the Super Series to play.
We saw Andreas Toft Jorgensen, of course, as well earlier on today, our player from Denmark, and it's great to see players from those territories getting the opportunities here against the best players from the UK.
Yeah, it's fantastic that these opportunities are given to everyone, and it's great to see different faces that come along as well. So hopefully that continues.
What did you make of Sam Kankit? He felt as if he was the most consistent performer in that group.
Yeah, he absolutely was. And then I think that just knowing that he had to win, you know, those couple of games and then made it a little bit, you know, more difficult for him. And in the end, I think the adrenaline rush of knowing that he'd already qualified through kind of reflected in that last game that he played.
And then we saw Graham Hall go on and win the group. So he is through to Saturday night's final. And if he plays his A game in the best game that we've seen at times, he is going to be a real threat. Of course, 1 week free in the last phase to get to Champions Week.
Yeah, he'll be a force to be reckoned with as well, but he is going to need to bring that A game with him for tomorrow night. I mean, like the group this morning and yesterday morning hasn't been as strong as what last night's group was, but I mean, they're playing again tonight, so let's see if they continue on with that form.
So them two are going to join Jared Cole. He got the first place into the finals on Wednesday afternoon. Tonight is about securing the final 3 spots into finals night tomorrow evening. 3 from 5 will go through to it. And let's have a look at the table at the halfway stage. Alexander Merkx leads the way, having won all 4 of his matches on Thursday. 1 victory this evening will see him progress through to the finals. Neil Duff, the reigning WDF World Champion, is also in a good position in second. And then have a look at that. Robert Rickwood, Mike Gillet and Ryan Furness all tied on 2 points. That looks like some battle, and it looks as if it could go down all the way to the wire tonight.
Yeah, it could. I think it's going to be a really interesting evening, Henry. So there's a real battle there between those 3, and I don't think I could really actually predict which of those 3 will go through. Who knows? Maybe there'll be 2 of them that'll go through. But, you know, you don't know. We'll see what happens.
Well, last night was a night full of 4 threes, and it was a night full of 4 threes involving those 3 players, which makes it even more difficult to predict, because when you're looking at scorecards full of last leg deciders, you can't really prize them apart.
No, it is going to be a close evening tonight, so hopefully we get some exciting action.
Well, Alexander Merkx against Mike Gillet was the last fixture of last night. The fixture's reverse. It's the first fixture of today. Alexander getting this 117 en route to victory against Mike last night. And what did you make of him? I know it's the first time you've seen him play properly under the forensic eye in the commentary box. What did you make of his overall game?
Yeah, he was the strongest performer out of all 5 of them, and that showed in the results. So I'm hoping that he continues with that same form again tonight and gives us some really good matches.
Shall we play some darts, Corinne?
Oh, yes, let's play darts. Not us, but we'll let them do it.
Corinne is ready. The players are ready. Phil Bars is going to join Corinne Hammond in the commentary box. And on Friday night, it is tungsten time.
Thank you very much, Henry, and welcome everyone to the MODUS Super Series Group B. And there are places in tomorrow night's final, 3 of them to be exact. And it is all on the line. Like Henry said, up on the balcony, it was Alexander Merkx who got the better of Mike Gillet in the early hours of this morning. Looking at the table, Merkx perfect yesterday, probably only needs 2 more points on his tally. Last night, overall, Alexander Merkx had a running average of 84.14 on his way to the perfect night. What he'd give
for
another one, but this time he's going to have to find a break of throw because it is Mike Gillet who has the darts.
$85.
So here we go, everyone. Remember, come and say hello on social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
99.
At MSS Darts. And just like magic, Corinne has belted down those stairs to join us.
I was going to take a quick dip over the balcony there.
100.
But I did take the stairs.
Yeah, definitely.
140.
We're saying before you come down, Corinne, Alexander probably 1 win away from the final.
Yeah, well, he's
41.
We have seen before where players are only
56.
1 game away actually from qualifying, and then have made it quite difficult for themselves, losing those first couple of matches and then relying on other losses to get them through.
Yeah, also, flip
41.
the coin though, Mike Gillet is in that cluster of players on 2 points. He can send out a real statement to the rest of the chasing pack if he can add to that tally in the opening game.
Yeah, I think between Mike, Rick and Ryan, there is still a lot to play for from them. They can make a few upsets along the way and then obviously have that tussle between the 3 of them for that third
98.
spot. And obviously
Alexander
we're
106.
talking here as if Alexander and Neil are pretty much safe. Alexander, I think that he's going to get 1 win to
58.
get him through tonight.
Neil,
you know, it could go either way for him here, because if he loses his first couple of matches and you know, Rob, Ryan and Mike are winning theirs, and that
24.
could make it interesting for him as
Alexander
well.
48.
Here we are, Alexander for a break of throw in the opening leg.
Game shot in the first leg. Alexander Merkx.
Punished in 18.
Well, Alexander seems to be starting off tonight as he finished off last night. And that was the first
Second leg,
break of throw
Alexander
for
to
that
throw first.
first
Game
leg
on.
there. So now holds the darts for the second leg.
Yeah, just touching on the pack as well. Ryan
100.
Furness will be kicking himself because he carved out opportunities last night. Scoring was on point with anyone. Doubling really let him down though.
Yeah, that was it. And the same thing happened for
100.
Mike and Rick also. There were those opportunities that they had that they just, you know, left hanging there by not being able to finish off those legs with those doubles.
100.
But, you know, as we always say, the scoring's great, but if you can't hit a double in the end, don't do you too much good.
You were almost going to come out with the famous
60.
Bobby saying then, weren't you?
Oh, what is it?
Scores,
Trebles for
scores
show.
for
or
show, doubles for dough.
Yeah. And speaking of which, I did see
45.
Glenn Durran on Eggheads the other night, where their team name was, yeah, something similar to that. Doubles, yeah.
100.
As well, up on the balcony, Henry couldn't help getting in tungsten time, could he?
Yeah.
$100. Alexander Yukar 76.
Here we go,
Double
big
A.
moments.
60.
Oh,
Mike
right on
Yukar
the wire there. This is going to
141.
require a big check out from Mike here to get himself on the board. Not going to happen. So Alexander will be back for that
105.
16 to
Alexander
take a
Lucar,
2-0
16.
lead.
Yeah, and if this goes from 2-0, it's a semi-mountain to climb for Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. It's such a short format that that one break is
Game
really
shot on the
quite
second
costly.
leg. Alexander Merkx.
So 2-0, both in 18 darts, a hold and a break for Alexander Merkx as he edges ever closer to the
Third leg,
final
Mike
tomorrow
to throw
night.
first. Game on.
That low dart from Mike, most
60.
people would be a hindrance, but the way his dart sits, that's actually where he wants it, so he can work off of it.
Yeah, probably not quite as low
45.
as what they were, but he definitely does prefer them to sit under the treble bed so he can stack them on top.
Yes, it's a very unique setup that he has, those very slimline flights.
85.
And they almost look like they're absolutely smooth barrels that he's using as well.
Yeah,
60.
It's certainly a unique setup for Mike. Obviously, some darts anyone can pick up and throw. It's a straight barrel, standard stem, standard flight, but these are very unique.
140.
There he goes there, just showing us how he likes to stack those darts.
100. $60.
Mike won't want to see a big visit here from Alexander because he
100.
just needs to settle into this game.
156.
Broken in the first is never ideal, so you just need to try and get a foothold and something to work off of. And this 156, he has 6 to get rid of it, which you'll need, and that is a fabulous setup from the Welshman.
$55. Mike requires 16. $8. Alexander Lucar,
Some missed opportunities there for Mike. But he will be back for 2 4s.
45.
With Alexander unable
Mike,
to finish on the 1-4-1.
Yeah, edgy moments. He'll want this to
Game
go,
shot
and
on
it
the third
does.
leg. Mike Gillet.
So Mike Gillet has a leg on the board. He'll be thinking now, just try and attack this Merkx throw.
And right now, after
Fourth
3
leg,
legs, they're
Alexander to
both
throw
sitting on
first.
exactly
Game
the
on.
same average of 78.17.
Yeah, you don't often get that where they're
No.
exactly the
85.
same.
$100.
That is a perfect first start.
And second and third as well.
180.
So second 180 of the match there for Alexander.
That's just one of those moments. We both looked at each other.
Yeah.
The way the first one was stood there, it's
100.
the other two are going to join it.
$100.
We were saying that Mike had to attack the Alexander Merkx throw. However, Merkx has firmly slammed the door in his face. 136 after
83.
9.
Alexander Lucar, 136.
Oh, another one of those. And down for double 8.
Game
Oh,
shot on
what
the
a
fourth leg.
fantastic shot
Alexander
to take
Merkx.
out the 4th leg and give himself a 3-1 lead. What was that, 15? 12.
12 dart leg.
data. Yeah, fabulous.
Fifth leg, Mike to throw first.
Yeah,
Game
180 time, 136 out. That's world-class starts.
on. 100.
Now, absolutely no wiggle room for Mike Gillet, and Alexander Merkx is 501 points away from the
45.
final.
Yeah, it's all for Mike to do from here. Can't afford any mistakes.
60.
Was given a bit of a reprieve there with Alexander only starting with 45, which is a bit unusual from the rest of the legs in this match.
95.
Well, especially after the scoring leg he had last as well, where he couldn't miss the lipstick.
The lipstick.
100.
Oh, you're an appropriate replacement for Henry. I could tell you that right now.
100.
He may have told me to get some puns in.
Yeah, I bet he did.
100.
Mike looks frustrated on that stage right now as well. He's fighting with his own emotions at the moment.
140. Make your car 141.
He does have first look at a finish here with the 141, but you kind of feel like he needs to take it. Down for 57. Oh, double 12.
129.
Right on the wire there. That was a fabulous effort from Mike.
Yeah, and you get by his reaction. He thought it was in when it left his fingers.
87. Make your car 12.
One match start has come and gone. Will he get another?
6.
Oh.
Alexander, your car 34.
Kind of feel like that might be Mike's last visit to the board for this match. Oh, switch up there.
18.
Oh, no,
Mike,
he gets
your car
another shot.
6.
Double 3. One of those tricky doubles.
It is, but the way Mike starts sit, it's actually a good thing for him if he can place one just outside.
Game shot on the
there it
fifth
is.
leg.
Exactly
Called
like
it
that.
exactly like it was.
20 dart hold, and Alexander Merkx has missed 3 match starts in that one. But this is the leg.
6 leg Alexander to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, importantly, that was, just a hold for Mike there. So Alexander does have the darts in this leg and the
140.
opportunity to close out the match. Started off brilliantly there with the 140. Let's see what Mike can do.
59.
It's important how you put those mismatch
100.
starts out of your mind as well, because the best in the world forget them and clear their mind. But we've seen certainly here that it plays on players'
93.
mind screwing.
Yeah, if Mike wins this leg to take it to a last leg decider, it will definitely be playing on
140.
Alexander's mind, because there'll have been many missed opportunities for him, and Mike would have the darts in a 7th.
59. Alexander, your car 121.
But he's got quite a great buffer here with Mike back on 290
85.
and left himself 36 for the match. So he's going to have, well, probably at least 6 darts, unless these next two are trebles. No.
86. Alexander, your car 36. 4.
Another 3 match darts go begging there, but with Mike back on 204, he will be back for that 32 and the opportunity to close out this match.
140.
It was a happy miss as
Alexander,
well
your car
into the 4 because he
32.
pulled it.
A happy accident.
Game shot on the match. Alexander
And
Merkx.
there it is. Alexander Merkx has won the opener of the evening on this Friday, and that all but secures him a place in the final. As we see the replay there of the brilliant 136 from Alexander Merkx. He averages 86.82 on the way to victory. So there we have the stats there. 2 180s, 26% on the checkouts. He will need to improve that, but that is basically job done for him. Up next, we will see Robert Rickwood against Neil Duff.
Welcome back to the Super Series, where Alexander Merkx has secured his place in the final courtesy of a win against Mike Gillet in our opening game of the evening. Let's have a look then at the stats from that one. An 86.82 average was what won it for the Dutchman in the end, with 2 maximums and 4 out of 15 on his doubles, and that 1-3-6 as well really did turn the screw in that match. So we now know 4 of the 6 players that are making their way through to the finals here at the MODUS Super Series. Alexander Merkx joining Jared Cole, Sam Kankit and Graham Hall, who qualified their way through Group C earlier on this afternoon. Our next match is a big one as well in that battle to qualify your way through to tomorrow night's final. It sees the reigning WDF World Champion Neil Duff in action. He takes on Robert Rickwood. Duff, the man, second in the group overnight, and he got the better of Rickwood in their meeting yesterday, pinning that double 10 for a 4-2 victory. Will it be repeat or will it be revenge for Robert? We're about to find out in the company of our commentary team. It's Corinne Hammond alongside first Phil Bars.
Thank you very much, Henry, and welcome back everyone to the MODUS Super Series. Here we are, match number 2, and like Henry said, 1 place in Group B has been decided. Congratulations to Alexander Merkx, who is in the final, and Neil Duff, the WDF World Champion, could take another giant step to joining him if he can defeat Robert Rickwood again, like he did last night, Corinne.
Yeah, that was towards the end of the night last night, with Neil coming away the winner at a 4-2 scoreline. So, I mean, he's going to be hoping for a repeat performance now, which will pretty much guarantee that he'll make it through to finals night tomorrow night also.
Yeah, and again, Robert Rickwood will be thinking this is a huge chance for me as well. With Mike Gillet losing his first game, he can then jump above onto that 4-point bracket as well if he can find the points.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Rob is sitting in 3rd place given the leg difference count back at the minute. So a win here would do great things for him and getting him right up there as well.
Yeah, we were chatting to Neil before play this evening, and he was frustrated with his game last night. He said there were some very good bits, 85. But there was also some ropey bits as well. It was a real consistency battle for Neil last night. Yeah,
I think that could be said the same for 4 out of the 5 of them anyway. Alexander was obviously the most consistent, getting the wins in all of his matches last night. But there were definitely times from the other players where there were the flashes of brilliance, and then where the doubles were just, and scores were just deserting them at the wrong times.
Yeah, positive start from both here. We saw last night that Robert Rickwood started games 43. Too slow. He grew into them, but by then he was always chasing legs or scores and just couldn't claw them back.
Yeah, that's the thing with a short format of best of 7, is that you don't really have the opportunity to play yourself into these matches. You need to start on the front foot, start hard, start heavy, get those scores, get the doubles, get the legs on the board, and keep going from there.
140.
Both have left tidy numbers after 9. It's whose setup play will be best.
91.
And the treble 17 has come to Neil Duff's rescue there. Because a troubleless visit, Robert Rickwood would have been smelling blood in the opener.
100. Neil, your car, 100.
First go for Neil Duff, and that is a fabulous first start. Comes low on the tops.
80.
Double 10 doesn't rescue him.
97.
Is Rob going to sneak in here with this 97? 57. Oh, wayward dart there. What way is he going to go? 54 for the 36.
Game shot on the first leg.
And sees out a 97 checkout to take the first leg against the darts and give himself a 1-0 lead.
It is 1-0, but Neil will be there thinking,
second leg, Robert
had 2 darts.
Game on.
Had 2 darts, and not only that, Robert's first start into the 7, it was wild and it was woolly and could have gone anywhere, but it was 45. Like we said, happy accident that still left him that gettable 90.
$55.
The other one, Neil will be thinking he doesn't want to get drawn into a battle with this chasing pack.
No, absolutely not.
140.
Nope, they're not in, Robert. You can look all you want. Giving it the stare, the eyes.
140.
Love it when dart players do that. You even see it on the big time. They look at it to say, you're not in.
83.
How did that happen? Sometimes you do think that, though. You're like, how is that not in? That happens a lot with doubles. You think, how's that not in? How did that not go in?
34.
A bit of a falter there on the scoring from Neil. Chance for Rob to really give himself a nice buffer in this leg.
59.
Not really punished, though.
No, could have gone a different way to have used that 25 and bull to leave himself a finish there. So really counting on the fact that
125.
Neil wasn't going to leave himself a finish, but now he has. So
Robert's one of those old school players, though, in there where the ball doesn't get used as much as it
80.
should.
Neil Yukar,
yeah, and that all
147.
comes down to the board management, I guess, and knowing what's the right shot at the right time.
I was going to say, Neil could have been chalking his
92.
cue there if that had gone.
Robert
Yeah.
Yukar, 94.
Again, going to be a little bit
54.
critical here. I
Neil
don't
Yukar,
like that way.
55.
The bullseye
No,
has to be used.
I would have gone for the bull myself, but he was probably feeling confident on the 54, given that he hit at the last
35.
leg
Robert Yukar, 40.
to leave him 36. But he is back for tops.
Not use the first marker.
20.
And then drag
Neil
the third
Yukar,
one low.
20.
Neil Duff breathes again.
Robert Yukar,
Probably
20.
played a little bit safe there on those fives by the look of it. Like they were a bit hesitant, didn't want to drop it into the 5.
Yeah. And the look on
Game
Robert
shown
Rickwood's
on the
face behind, he
second
thought it
leg.
was
Robert
going.
Rickwood.
He had the eye roll, but he has gotten away with it. And Robert Rickwood leads 2-0. The WDF World Champion is in a spot of bother here in this game.
Third leg, Neil to throw first. Game on.
Well, Rob has solidified his break because, you know, a break's not a break without a hold. So he's broken and held
100.
and has that 2-0 lead. So it's all on Neil here now to at least get that first leg on the board for him. I mean, he's 0 for 7 on doubles so far. So that's
100.
Yeah,
not really helping him out.
That's the checkout percentage that's absolutely killing him right now.
Yeah.
123.
He's 2-0 down, but he's had chances in all of them.
And multiple chances.
100. $138.
Thought we might have seen our first 180 of the match there.
Yeah, he's threatened it a few times.
They both have.
81. Neil Yukar, 140.
Well, 6 darts from the 140 he's got here with Rob back on 220. Going to need them, judging by that first dart.
78.
His last
Able to
dart's-
clean it up. Yeah.
Last dart's got him out of jail there.
Yeah. So we'll be back for the 62.
135.
Again, these
Neil
62,
Yukar,
66s, they're
62.
tricky little ones because you may only get one dart at a double.
Yeah. Oh. And the first
22.
miss of the
Robert
single
Yukar,
number tonight.
85.
I don't know how many times we've seen that. It's time and time again. And you really can't afford to be making those kind of mistakes. And Rob just does exactly the same thing.
45. Neil Yukar, 40.
Yeah. Both let
Game
off the
shown the
hook.
third leg.
And
Neil
Neil Duff finally finds a double.
In
He'll be-
his 8th attempt, but gets a leg on the board. And he's back into this game.
Fourth leg, Robert to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, he'll be thinking, just keep scoring the way I am. The chances are there. Just need to take them.
Yeah, absolutely.
38.
And look, that's only the opening visit, but already the door is ajar if he can find some trebles. But they're high and wild at the moment.
45.
Yeah, did not capitalise on Rob's poor start there.
$59.
Maybe a little bit of nerves, a little bit of tension, because
Yeah, I was just thinking that the fourth leg, when it is 2-1, does get to be like that because, you know, we are only in that short format of best of 7.
15.
That the fourth leg does seem to be a bit vital. One's looking at taking a 3-1 lead and the other one's looking to even the match up at 2-all. So there's that tension from both of them. And you can definitely see it in the scoring.
83.
yeah, and they'll both know the position of the league table as well, because there's a TV in the practice room. They'd have seen the table beforehand, so they'll know what's at
95.
stake here.
Even without the TV, they'd still all know. They'd be asking the question if it wasn't right there available for them, asking what, you know, what they need to do, where are they at, what goes on. And that's what makes it such an interesting contest, I think. We have spoken about this before as well, being around
42.
robin. It's a lot different to what you see that happens elsewhere. So you are also relying on the results of other games as well as what you are doing yourself.
And as a player, how does round robin affect you? Because you're so used to playing knockout darts all the time, lose and you go home. Where here, it's slightly a different mental approach.
45.
It is, but I guess I have an advantage there because, you know, most of the events that are paid back home in Australia are all round robin events. They all start out that way. So it was actually a lot difficult for me to come over here and no longer
40.
have the buffer of the round robin, because you feel in a round robin you can afford to lose a game as long as you know, pick it up. That's probably still going to be enough for you to qualify through. But then moving on to the whole,
100.
first game, if you lose that, then you're out going home. That was a little bit different. So, yeah, it is a different thing.
119.
Cover shooting of the highest order there from Robert Rickwood. And he is in pole position here to make it 3-1 unless Neil Duff can find some brilliance. And that, Corinne, is brilliant, as good as a maximum.
Yeah, absolutely. So the pressure's on here now for Rob. We're not going to be able to take out the 120 with that first slip into
80.
the treble 5.
Neil
But
24.
does fix it up to leave himself tops. But Neil's got 3 darts at 24. First one's well short. But is able to fix it up with the double 6 and evens up the match at 2-all.
Yeah, we're feeling much better about himself there. The setup play was the bit that did all the damage there, because until then, Robert Rickwood was in pole position and staring at 3-1 lead. However, the Duff man had other ideas. The 177 to leave 24.
100.
Don't get me wrong. Got a little bit nervous going down to the last dart, but he's back level.
Well, that's the thing. If he's got 3 darts, it really doesn't matter whether it's first, second or third, as long as it's one of them.
140.
Not much in the averages between them.
No, and interestingly, though, a couple of legs ago, they were both averaging high 90s, but I think that was probably before some missed starts at doubles and then a bit of a falter there in that fourth leg with the scoring. I mean, until those last 6 darts from Neil, of course.
45.
From being in a position of power, Robert Rickwood is now right up against it. Neil Duff, favourite here to lead for the first time, and it would be 3 legs on the spin if he can convert this 1-4-3.
Yeah, absolutely. Now Rob's the one that's doing the chasing.
Neil Yucar, 143.
But we're not going to see a 1-4-3 checkout, not at this point in time.
29.
But he will be back for the 114 with Rob back on 193. All he can do is put in some good trebles here, which he seems to be doing down for the 57. Oh, and that's fantastic darts as well. We saw Neil do the same last leg.
$94. Robert Yucar, 16.
His facial expression said it all there.
Yeah.
He knows how important that was.
Over for 4s.
Game
and
shot
makes
on the
no
5th
mistake
leg.
about
Robert
that.
Rickwood.
And a break again there for Rob to give him a 3-2 lead and the darts in the sixth leg with the opportunity to close out the match with a 4-2
Sixth leg,
scoreline,
Robert,
which
you
would
throw
be the
first. Game on.
reverse of what their match was last night.
Yeah, the last two legs have all been about the setup play. Both players finding sublime 177s to leave single
140.
darters.
And we're still yet to see a 180 in this match. 2 177s, but no 180s, which is quite surprising. What's Rob had there? If we look at the scoring,
30.
there he's had 5 ton 40 plus throws, 7 ton plus throws, no 180s. Neil on 10 100 plus throws and 2 ton 40 plus.
100.
Neil Duff needs to find trebles and lots of them.
100.
That's not enough, is it, Corinne? A ton in that situation, just not enough. Doesn't apply any pressure to Robert Rickwood right now.
No, another treble here from Rob's really going to give him a great buffer.
45.
Maybe a reprieve here for Neil. He's still, even with a maximum's not going to get himself down to a finish.
41.
And a 41's really not helping him along there.
No, and you can see his frustrations boiling over there. He's getting upset with himself.
Absolutely.
46.
Leaves a finish. Neil Duff just looking for trebles.
100. Robert, your car 170.
And a ton still not enough. So Rob is going to have 6 darts from here. There's the first. Another of those. No, we'll switch over to the 54. Oh, no, this time he
95.
went for the bull. It's just doing what he likes.
I was going to say, don't quite get that one, but he's just like, well, you know, I'm just going to go for it anyway.
Robert, your car
Yeah.
75.
Do what I want. You'd expect this first one will be for 51, but now I'm not so sure.
It was. He went,
Yeah, it
he went the
was,
right
yeah.
way.
Tops for the match.
35. Neil, your car 170.
This would be a skin saver.
Oh, wouldn't it? No, not going to happen.
65. Robert, your car 40.
Taking his time. He knows how important this is. One match start has come and it has gone. 3 in hand at tops for Robert Rickwood. Down to 10s. Clip the wire. 5s.
30.
It doesn't go. Neil Duff
your
lives
car
again.
105. 85.
Oh,
Robert, your car
we couldn't see
10.
from that camera angle there whether it was in or not until it switched, but you feel like he's not going to get many more chances though.
Game shot in the match, Robert Rickwood.
And there it is, double 5 seals the deal for Rob Rickwood, taking out the match with a 4-2 scoreline over Neil Duff, which is the exact reverse of their match last night.
Yeah, there we have the averages up on screen. The scoring boots weren't there for both of them. Only 15% on the checkouts for Neil Duff. That's what's let him down. He'll need to put that right in his next one. But after the break, we're going to see the group leader, Alexander Merkx, taking on Ryan Furness.
This is the MODUS Super Series. $182.
It's getting bigger and better, isn't it? The MODUS Super Series, and every single phase it does get better and better. And the action is hotting up here in Group B here in week 2 of phase 2, and we have just seen a victory for Robert Rickwood against the reigning WDF World Champion Neil Duff with a 79 average, 4 from 14 on the doubles. Duff getting frustrated with the missed opportunities he had at the doubles himself. Rickwood there with a high out of 97 there to secure what could be a crucial 2 points for him in the context of the group. It now puts him on 4, Duff still on 6, so he closes the gap there on the Duff man in proceedings in the league table. Well, Ryan Furness is the only player that we haven't seen in action here this evening. That is going to change now. He takes on Alexander Merkx in our 3rd game of the evening. We've already seen Alexander in action in the evening session. He took out this 1-3-6 to take out a 3-1 lead against Mike Gillet in the opening encounter of the evening. These two met late last night, and it was Alexander who got the win. He's 5 out of 5 in this group so far, pinning that double 18 to get the job done. So a big start to the night needed for Ryan Furness. Can he get himself on 4 points and join Robert Rickwood there, or can Alexander Merkx's perfect record in Group B continue? Let's find out in the company of Corinne Hammond and Phil Bards.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, everyone, and here we go. This is a pivotal game in the race for the top 3. Alexander Merkx already safely into the final, but that victory from Robert Rickwood has ramped up the pressure on Ryan Furness, Corinne.
Yeah, absolutely. This has now turned into a must-win game for Ryan if he wants to still keep himself in the hunt there for qualification through to finals night tomorrow.
Oh, he loves a jazzy shirt, didn't he? We had the flowers last night.
I know, and now he's got, I think they're stars or something, you know, similar to that on there. I did say the same to him tonight when I saw him when I came in. Says he's feeling a lot, you know, he's feeling comfortable with it now.
First leg is Alexander
the
to
floral
throw
one out of
first.
the way last night, then
Game
onto this.
on.
So, yeah, new wardrobe attire for him.
Yeah, just looking at the stats from last night,
96.
although Alexander Merkx whitewashed him, Furness had his chances, and again, we said it earlier, it was all about the doubling.
Yeah, that was the story of the evening. There was missed doubles all over the place from all the players.
96. $140.
As well, Ryan will know the importance of this. The fact that they've come back into the practice room, Robert will be buoyant, and it will be like, that the pressure just tightens, doesn't it?
Yeah, and he's also, you know, up
85.
against Alexander, who knows that he's qualified, so there's no pressure on him whatsoever. So he's going to be playing with freedom, and that's either going to go one or two
86.
ways. He's just going to hit absolutely everything and play amazing, or he's, you know, that adrenaline's not there because he knows that he's already qualified.
140.
The finesse throw is very regimented, isn't it? There's that very twist of the dart set into that cock position
99.
before he releases it.
Very methodical.
$60. Alexander Newcar, 80.
Feel like he needed to get a treble there. Well, Alexander has the
60.
one
Ryan
dart at
Newcar,
a double there.
120.
Comes back for the 120.
Yeah, I'm going to touch on something if this doesn't go. And it's not going to go, but that second dart that Alexander threw
100.
at top,
Alexander
it was
Newcar,
too
20.
close. It didn't leave the pathway over the
Blocked
top.
out.
Game shot on the first leg. Alexander Merkx.
I often say that about anything that involves a 20, tops in there, because that 20, the single 20, quite often
Second leg
blocks the
range to
view
throw first.
of
Game on.
that double target there, and then you either need to move or, kind of try and throw over around it. Can be quite difficult.
100.
Players need to try and learn and adapt the flatty, as Daryl Gurney has, learning to throw that dart flat so you have got room to go over the top.
59.
But I mean, that's then talking about changing your whole throw then. You can't really change the throw for one dart in one kind of situation. That's either change your whole throwing style or,
96.
just learn to work with it.
Or another option I'm going to throw at you. Do you have a fourth dart made up in your case with a different style flight so they sit
59.
different?
Absolutely not. Imagine that, pull my fourth dart out of my pocket. Hello, this is the one I need for this shot.
You laugh, but you can see Peter Wright doing something like that, as in having a scoring set of darts
96.
and a doubling set of darts.
Nothing would surprise me with Peter Wright, to be honest.
100.
Furness will be happy with this leg on throw, as long as he can set this up.
100.
Big last start there. Ton leaves 109. Alexander Merkx needs another.
85.
Doesn't
Brand
find
new car,
one.
109.
This is music to Furness's ears.
It's just about to say he's going to have 6 from here, and it looks like he's going to need the 6.
77.
Corrected it well, but that first start, not what he was looking for.
96. Brand new car, 32.
Let's see how he goes on his doubles now.
Got to come south.
No score. Alexander Car, 102.
This will hurt.
Game shot on the second
He
leg.
says, see, Ryan,
Alexander
that's how you
Merkx.
hit 32. And he only needed the one dart to double his lead to 2-0. Doubles again proving costly for
Third leg,
Ryan
Alexander
so
to
far.
throw first. Game on.
When you look at them, though, those 3 at 32, they were 3 well-thrown darts, all hugging the wire.
44.
But that's the fine margins we deal with in this sport.
Exactly, and that's what I was saying, where the times that you go, how's that not in? I don't understand. But yeah,
100.
they are real fine margins. Sometimes they just don't go your way.
100.
Again, though, like in most sports, when you're up at the top, things just seem easier. And as soon as that treble 20 went in the 102 combo, you just knew that double 16 was going.
40. 95.
Ryan just needs to try and put that out of his mind.
41.
Look at him, you can see he's battling again. You can see the cogs turning in the mind. He's thinking about those darts.
56.
I think at the minute he's thinking about not hitting enough treble 20s. Needs another.
95.
In the last leg and a bit, his average has plummeted by nearly 15 points.
It's amazing what some
81.
missed doubles will do to your average.
$125. Alexander Car, 125.
Again, kind of happy accident there. Although he wants the 180, the 5 levels it up.
65. Brand new car, 100.
2 darts for tops. Down for 10s. You feel like he needs to hit this with Alexander sitting on 60. Not sure that he'd miss.
80.
Just for his own
Alexander
sanity as
Car,
well.
60. 20. Brand new car, 20.
Second chance. And a second chance he probably thought he wasn't going to get.
Up for 5s. Split that. Just not going
18.
Ryan's way at the minute. That's
Alexander
7 missed
40.
starts at doubles we've seen in the last 2 legs.
Game shot on the third leg.
And we got
Alexander Merkx.
We got a really good shot from our director there. The dart at 5s didn't look set in his hand to me. As he rolls it back into that position, it never looked settled.
Threw it too quickly.
Fourth leg Ryan to throw first. Game on.
And now it's all to do from here. Staring down the barrel of another 4-0 defeat, and that's absolutely not what he wants.
100.
No, because when the league table is as tight as what it is in this race for third, leg difference is going to play a part.
100.
Every leg counts.
$39.
Alexander Merkx will be thinking, I've played nowhere near my best here, and I'm 3-0 up. And the perfect streak continues in Group B.
92.
The thing is, the way
58.
Alexander's played in this game, you don't feel this one's just over yet, because Furness has carved out opportunities in every leg. If he can continue the way he's scored and just tie up those doubles, you feel he will get chances.
Yeah, he has been getting the chances, but it just seems as though he needs maybe 6 starts at a
85.
double, I guess, to be able to
130.
put one away. Doesn't need to go the ball route.
I like that. Good ball management. Looked at the
Yeah,
score.
90.
left himself tops.
140. Run your car 40.
Has to go.
Physically saw the wire
Game
move.
shot on the
Oh,
fourth leg.
And he's
Ryan
finally
Furness.
got one. At the 10th time of asking, he's hit a double and got himself a leg on the board. So he is still in this match.
Yeah.
Fifth leg Alexander to throw
And,
first.
He's
Game on.
outscored Alexander Merkx in this game. He just has to believe, carry on this, and I
Yeah,
will get
well-
chances.
85.
When you look at the averages there, so Ryan's currently sitting on an 81.25, and that's with 9 missed darts at a double. Alexander on a 79, so
59.
not much in it, but has 3 from 8 in his doubles. So there's a lot of non-scoring doubles there for Ryan that would really be
100.
hurting his average, and yet he's still averaging above Alexander, but trailing 3-1.
100.
Just want to try and break here and just get Alexander thinking.
100.
But it seems that when he picks up his scoring, so does Alexander. There's not much breathing space there.
98.
No, and now 216 points, and he has 6 starts to do this.
60.
You feel like Ryan needs 2 trebles in this shot. 1. He gets 1,
Alexander Car
but
156.
hasn't left himself a finish.
Johnny ferret counting.
76.
Just needs to leave a 1 darter and hope. That's not going to happen.
59. Alexander Car 80. Game shot on the
Alexander
match.
Merkx' streak continues. It is a 4-1 victory over Ryan Furness, averaging 81 exactly as his hunt continues for the perfect day. That's now 6 in a row for Alexander Merkx. Ryan Furness has it all to do. Up next, it is a huge game in the race for 3rd place, and we see Robert Rickwood against Mike Gillet after this short break.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, where Alexander's perfect run continues as he gets the better of Ryan Furness by 4 legs to 1, courtesy of that 81 average and 4 for 9 on the doubles at a 44.44% checkout ratio, and of course that high out of 102. Meanwhile, for Ryan Furness, that was a big game for him to try and keep tabs with Robert Rickwood in the group. He couldn't manage to do that. So as we complete the first 3 games of the evening, let's have a quick check at how the table lies, because things really are beginning to develop at the top. We know Alexander Merkx is through on 12 points, 6 from 6, a super 6 for the Dutchman. Neil Duff on 6 points, Robert Rickwood on 4, and Messrs Gillet and Furness find themselves on 2 points. So this is a big battle in that race for 3rd place in the group between Robert Rickwood and Mike Gillet. Let's get into the action, but before we do that, let's have a look at Rickwood's earlier victory against Neil Duff, thanks in part to that 97 checkout in the opening leg to break the throw of the Duff man. And these two met late last night. It was beyond the midnight hour. These two were in action, and it was Robert Rickwood that won it in the most unique of circumstances. It was double one that secured the win, as you can see on your screen now. It doesn't matter how you win a darts match, as long as you win it, and that was exactly what Robert Rickwood did in that one. So the boys are ready on the stage. Let's get the action underway in the company of our commentary team. It's Corinne Hammond alongside first Phil Bars.
Thank you very much, Henry, and welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, everyone. And Corinne, we've just had a chuckle at that 5 finish. That's the only way to go, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to do it in style and do it with 2 doubles.
Yeah, look, as Henry alluded to, this is a huge game in that race for 3rd place. Robert Rickwood could take a giant step towards qualifying for the finals, but also Mike Gillet can also draw a level with him and bring himself back into the mix.
Yeah, that is absolutely right. And interestingly enough, depending upon what the scoreline is, if Robert wins, he could actually move into 2nd place. He could jump Neil Duff, depending upon with the leg difference that there is. Because I think Robert's currently on -1, Neil's on +1, and if he gets another 2 points and the leg difference, he could go into 2nd.
Yeah, and interesting, just looking at the stats from last night, this was Robert Rickwood's best performance. 94.96 average on the way to taking the points against Mike Gillet.
140.
Yeah, it was like Robert really came alive after midnight last night. He was the one that turned into the Cinderella.
What's going to happen after midnight today? Because then it's
96.
officially December the 5th. We could get fireworks early.
November the 5th, you mean? You're a month ahead. If it was December the 5th, we'd already be surrounded by Christmas trees.
I've already got Christmas on the brain. That's the problem.
45.
The year's gone quick enough without just wishing away another month.
I'd sacrifice bonfire night for Christmas.
Yeah, so would I, actually.
59.
Positive start here from Robert Rickwood. In control of his darts, and that looks like it's a good one.
80.
Oh, is that a Robin Hood?
Yeah, the second dart was brilliant to go over the top, but in the third one, there's Robin Hood in it.
Even though Henry tells me that's the best camera angle in darts, that was actually quite difficult
59.
to tell that was a Robin Hood from that angle.
$81.
Mike Gillet needs a 2 treble visit here.
Yeah, absolutely. Rob will be back for that 155.
57. Robert, your car 155.
Has 6 darts from here, so doesn't need to do it, but he's going to give it a go. He absolutely is.
He's going to give it a big go.
And he
shot on the
gets
first
it.
leg.
Not
Robert
only does he give
Rickwood.
it a go, he gets it a 155 checkout. Not many people start with the 57 first on that combination because, yeah, it's down, up, back, down. But
Second leg, Mike. to
whatever
throw
way
first, game
works
on.
for you, just like the 1-1-1-1. But that's an absolutely sensational checkout there from Rob Rickwood to get this first leg underway for this
36.
match.
Yeah, as you said, sensational finish, but a real strange way of doing it.
confused us all, I think.
100.
That's a real settler in this opening leg as well. And I'm sure I'd love to have a camera in the practice room right now to watch them all watching it, the Neil Duffs and Brian
95.
Furnesses, because this is huge for them.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
Well, Alexander Merkx sits there with a big smile on his face saying, enjoy everyone.
42.
Mike definitely hasn't settled
134.
this evening. He looked edgy, nervy in the opener, and it's the same here.
I know, and it was a bit the same last night as well. I was saying how it was quite uncharacteristic of Mike to
58.
miss as many doubles as what he did last night. But tonight it's even just his scoring. So maybe he feels like he is chasing a lot, knowing the position that he is in.
121.
But this is a much better leg on his darts. Down to 115
60.
after 12. And
Mike
has
Ricard,
breathing space, more importantly.
115.
Didn't even think about finishing it there. He could have gone down for the
46.
57 to leave himself 38, but just tried to play it safe, set it up quite nicely, seeing as Rob is back at 241. So he will be back for the 69.
Yeah,
30. Mike
the
Ricard,
camera
69.
angle, this one here, there's a nice little quirk that almost Simon Whitlock-esque, that he takes it out of his vision and brings it back in.
49.
Well, a missed start there, but we'll be back for the 20 because Rob's still not got himself down to a finish after that 15 darts, which is 15 darts is what he took the first leg out in.
79. Mike Ricard, 20.
Look, big moments here. This has to go for his own confidence and sanity more than anything.
Game shot on the
And that-
second leg. Mike Gillet.
Double five, no one misses fives.
It seemed like it last night, that every time they went inside 10, they just pinned fives all the time.
Third leg, Robert to throw first. Game on.
I was quite good at double five for a while there, and that's only because I was awful at tops and tens, so you kind of have to get good at one of them.
100.
But now not so much. I do tend to split it a lot.
Yeah, we saw Jared Cole adopting that technique an awful lot in Group A as well. That
Of splitting it.
96.
Yeah.
Going to, two for double four. No, I don't like doing that. When I say I split it, I mean I hit the five, the single five rather than the double. I don't ever do that splitting of the doubles. They're all the same size. You hit them all at one
100.
time or another. Makes no difference really, but whatever's more comfortable for you. Each to their own.
yeah, definitely. But I like the fact that he had a clear plan though, and that clarity in his own mind that no matter what, I'm not going for it. I am going to plonk one in the two, double four every time. There was a consistency to his game.
Yeah. And there we go. The first 180 of the match, courtesy of Robert Rickwood.
That Paul Hinks call never gets old, does it?
I know I said last night, it's a real abrupt end to it. just
133. Robert Ricard, 121.
Whereas some of the get your words out, Corinne. Some of the referees like to hang on to that call for a while, whereas as Paul just stops it.
83.
You went all
Mike
Scatman John on us there.
132.
Beg your pardon?
You went all Scatman John.
I think it's a lack of sleep over the last couple of days. Late nights and early mornings here at the MODUS Super Series live lounge.
And again, Robert Rickwood looking at double 19.
60.
Most people leave tops
Robert
10s or
Ricard,
16s. Not Robert Rickwood. Double 19s turning into his friend if this goes. That's awkward, I think. Even more so now.
Game shot on the third leg.
Fabulous,
Robert Rickwood.
fabulous third dart. And we saw there from the camera angle, Corinne, the way he just guided it over the top.
It's like he curveballed it.
Bend it like Rickwood.
Fourth leg, Mike to throw first. Game on.
That's something Henry would come out with.
60.
You have to be of a certain age, though, to have seen the Bend It Like Beckham film.
Can't say I've ever watched it. Have heard of it, though.
41.
Missed opportunity there for Robert Rickwood. Mike Gillet started off with a poor visit, and you sort of like almost sense blood, don't you? You're thinking, right, pounce on this chance, and just hasn't quite happened.
45. $100.
Robert Rickwood here is forging
46.
an opportunity. Mike Gillet cannot buy a treble in this leg. 3 trebleless visits, and the door is open for a break here. And like we said at the start, if he can find a huge, huge scoreline,
85.
he's going to leapfrog Neil Duff into second spot and really, really set the cat amongst the pigeons.
45.
That little smirk there from Robert Rickwood. He knows how big this is.
Yeah, absolutely.
95.
He's just opened up that buffer in this leg quite a bit with that visit, but you know, Mike can still get back in it, but he needs at least 2 trebles. Needs to think about, oh,
180.
that was really lucky there from Mike to get that 180 there, because a single 20 wouldn't have left him a finish.
Oh, he's got lucky with his board management in
100.
that
Yeah.
respect.
125.
But he's created the opportunity for himself, and what can he do with it?
105. Robert, your car 80.
I was about to say, would he have been tempted to stay with the ball there? The way his darts lay.
Game shot on the 4th
One
leg.
dart at
Robert
tops was all
Rickwood.
he needed there to take that out and give himself a 3-1 lead. So it's all to do for Mike here.
Yeah. And that's
This
the
leg,
difference
Robert to
there.
throw first. Game on.
3 from 5. Robert Rickwood's finishing has been absolutely on point so far in this game.
42.
Mike Gillet has been here before. No wiggle room. Needs to win 3 on the spin. Otherwise, it's an uphill task for
62.
the Welshman.
Yeah, you kind of feel like if he doesn't win this match, then it could be over for him in terms of being able to qualify for tomorrow night.
60.
It also turns that game against Furness into a right 6-pointer, because the loser is effectively then done.
100.
Mike looks like he's really pushing those darts now. Not as comfortable as he often does look. Oh, there's a nice little slip into the treble 12
76.
there from Rob. I think we've all done that at one time or another.
I was about to say, we've all been there.
Yeah. I'd much rather it be a treble 12 or a treble 18 as opposed to a treble 5 or a treble 1. There's Mike again with another 180 on the board. Doesn't leave him a finish though, but you feel like he will have an opportunity to be able to fix that up
81.
quite comfortably and come back for a finish, and the opportunity to bring this match back to a 3-2 scoreline.
Yeah, anyone that saw my big brass dart challenge with Matt
99.
Ward on MDA will know I love a treble 12. My philosophy was, I've got a minute. It's not about where they are, it's how many darts I can get in the board in a minute. I went for volume over quality.
Oh, and a 180 from
180,
Rob
mate,
at
your
just
60.
the absolute right time, which means that this is a must-go for Mike.
20. Robert, you require 62.
Clattered off the flight.
Yeah, and you wonder if that's going to be his last start in this match. 88.
46.
Ooh.
Mike, you require 40.
2 match darts have come and gone for Robert Rickwood. Will he get any more? We'll find out shortly. Down to 10s. Help or a hindrance?
Game
Help
shot on the
is
fifth
the
leg.
word.
Mike Gillet.
There it is. He's got it back to a 3-2 scoreline, and that was a break of throw. So we're back on throw here, and Mike has the opportunity
Six leg Mike to throw first.
to
Game
even
on.
it up, take it to 3-all, and take us to a 7th leg decider, which we've not seen a 7-leg decider here this evening. yet.
81.
Yeah, and you saw Robert in the background there. He's chuntering to himself about those mismatched darts. He knows what an opportunity that would have been. 4-1 scoreline would have been huge in this group.
Yeah, and like as we were
60.
talking about earlier, in terms of where that would put him in the table, a 4-1 scoreline would have moved him into second place above Neil Duff.
83.
To me, or has Mike just quickened up his throw a little bit? It looked a little bit quicker there for me.
84.
He might be being brought into the game of Rob because Rob does play quite a quick game himself, but I guess now if well, this is obviously working for Mike, so you keep
140.
going.
Definitely, there's no set in the dart, is there?
Yeah.
It's just back and go, where beforehand it was back, a
'Cause
little
he-
set, and then go.
Yeah, because he is generally quite a methodical
140.
player and has that rhythm shot about him.
Now taking the rapid Ricky Evans approach.
59.
There's not many that would be able to emulate the rapid Ricky Evans successfully.
No, we were talking about fantasy lineups.
95.
I'd love to see Ricky Evans against
138.
Keen Barry, just to
Oh,
see the
wow.
referee and the spotter try and do it.
Yeah, what a job.
Full board.
45. Robert Yukar, 122.
That
But
last
mistake.
start might prove costly there. Treble 19. Back up. 37. Oh, he's still going to go for the 38 to leave
63.
him tops.
Mike
An
Yukar,
interesting one.
Unusual
93.
way off 78.
Interesting way on 122 because normally it's the 18s route, not the 25.
Yeah, no, I do get that.
Game
Oh,
shot on
what
the
a
sixth
superb
leg. Mike
finish
Gillet.
from Mike there, under pressure, to be able to level this match out at 3-3 and take us to a deciding leg.
Yeah, and
Surprising that he went the 57, actually. I would have gone the bull route
Seventh and
myself, but
final leg,
was
Robert to throw first.
obviously
Game on.
feeling confident in what he did, and it paid off for him.
yeah, look, Robert Rickwood missed 2 match darts for 4-1. Now
100.
we're at 3-all. A penny for his thoughts.
Yeah, because he's probably thinking about those missed starts now.
41.
He'll be feeling a little bit better now that Mike Gillet came up dry in that opening visit.
81.
But there's still an opportunity here.
Absolutely, but you feel that Mike needs at least one treble in this shot. And he gets two. So he's
140.
put himself right back in this match, and they are level pegging after 6 starts.
What a response here from Robert Rickwood.
140.
Leaves 180, but
100.
Mike Gillet cannot punish. So 6 darts incoming on this 180 for Robert Rickwood. How handy can you leave this? And that,
Oh,
he's had a shocker here.
absolute.
He knows as well.
Mm-hmm.
22.
He felt like that 20 only just made it into the 20 there as well. Real opportunity here for Mike. Another treble. Yeah,
140.
that's a great shot. That's really
Robert
put the
Yukar,
pressure on this now.
158.
Yeah. Oh, he's not going to get another double 19, is he? Surely not. 3 double 19s in one game,
shot
and he
on the
has.
match, Robert Rickwood.
Robert Rickwood, the master of double 19, 3 times in one game. 2 at the end of huge, huge combinations, a 155 and a 158. He missed 2 match starts earlier on, but in the race for Saturday night's final, it is advantage Robert Rickwood, an 86.84 average for him, 2 180s, 50% on the checkouts, but it is those two monster finishes that have gotten Rickwood over the line. Get your breath back, everyone. You've got about 3 minutes, and then we will see Neil Duff against Ryan Furness.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, and what a performance that was by Robert Rickwood, who is making some moves here on the second day of action here in Group B, getting the better of Mike Gillet by 4 legs to 3, and 3 of them legs being won on double 19. Not often you see that in a game. You also got 2 maximums in the match. 4 out of 8 on the doubles and 2 big checkouts as well, both of them on the double 19. The highest of which was the 158, but let's show you the brilliant 155 that he got early on in the game, which gave him an early commanding position before Gillet pulled off the fight back to end it back to 3-3. This was in the opening leg of the game and kind of set the tone for what was to come later on. A fantastic finish there from Robert Rickwood, who puts himself in a really good position in the league table. Let's have a quick check of that now. As we know, Alexander Merkx is through on 12 points, having won 6 out of 6 in the group. Neil Duff in second place on 6 points. He has company in Robert Rickwood there now. Mike Gillet and Ryan Furness are on 2 points respectively, which makes this next battle a really, really big one between Duff and Furness. These two played each other yesterday. This was another one of those games that went all the way to a deciding leg. Ryan Furness missing 2 match darts to get the job done before the Duff man got over the line to seal a 4-3 win. How crucial that could be in the complexion of both players' groups, we are about to find out. And it's a huge battle for the pair ensuing here in the halfway game here in Group B. And Corinne, you were talking about the best camera angle in World Darts. How about the best transition in World Darts as we get rid of my ugly face and to the players on the stage?
Thank you very much, Henry, and welcome back everyone to the MODUS Super Series. And Corinne Hammond is in fits of laughter beside me here in the commentary box.
Oh, Henry, you do make me laugh. And I'm really disappointed that he's not making a lot of puns up there on the balcony. He can't help himself when he's sitting in the commentary box. But yeah, up there on the balcony, it's like he's turned into a different person.
Yeah, it's like he's on school report up there, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
As he said, though, huge game. Neil Duff, a win here would book him a place in the final. But it's must win for Ryan Furness.
First leg is Ryan to through
because that leg
first.
difference, -8,
Game on.
is almost like a handicap at this situation. So it's all about points for Furness.
It's definitely a must-win situation for him.
100.
And again, we said it earlier that Neil Duff was erratic
45.
in his first game. Normally he groups a dart so well in and around the 60, but he was ragged and wild at times.
And maybe he's starting to feel the pressure a little bit now.
125.
With Rob drawing even with him in the table. He's only 1 point ahead of him in terms of leg difference. So now it's about every leg's kind of, going to count. A loss here for Neil could see him start to wonder about whether his spot
60.
is going to be secured or not.
Well, not only that, then Robert Rickwood is eyeing up second place and not just third.
Yeah, absolutely.
121.
But this has been a good response from Neil Duff. It was a shabby first visit. However, he seems to have found his scoring boots.
140.
But unfortunately for him, so has Ryan Furness.
$48. Run, you require 76.
76 for the opener and a hold of throw. Single 20 for double 18.
Game
And
shot
it
on the
goes.
first leg.
And
Ryan
after
Furness.
his doubling disaster earlier on, how much confidence, Corinne, will Ryan Furness take from pinning double 18 first time of asking?
Well, I think we're going to see him change to potentially
Second
leave
leg,
double
Neil to throw
18 because
first. Game
he
on.
deliberately avoided leaving tops, which is what he had a lot of trouble with in his last match.
140.
I get the funny feeling late into the night we're going to get a bit of tungsten tear up here.
100.
Good one, Henry.
I'm not brave enough to drop Murph's one in case I get it wrong.
34.
I've got all that to look forward to tomorrow night when I will be joining Chris Murphy in the commentary box for finals night.
60.
When he drops the 3 T's, you'll be in tears.
Oh. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how we go.
85.
You know that right now Henry's up on the balcony laughing.
I'm sure he would be.
100.
Neil Duff needs to find a spark here. He just looks a little bit flat to me.
60.
Last night we had fist pumps and there that the wave of the hand as if to say, what's that?
Very dismissive.
60. 100.
Neil Duff down to 82. Ryan Furness, how much pressure can he apply to that? That first dart, not as much as he'd like.
81. Neil, you've got 82.
Enough to keep Neil honest here. 17. Oh, he's missed a big number. It was 17 for tops, and Corinne, you're shaking your head there.
I know, because I feel like I'm just repeatedly saying this
42.
about those
Run your
single
car,
numbers.
100.
But this does give Ryan an opportunity to double his lead. Still in it with the 5. Goes down for the 57, 38. No, I'm not going to pull off a Rickwood special.
60.
Is that what we'll
Neil
call the
Duff,
double
40.
19
I
now?
think that's what we're going to call a double 19 now.
Game shot on the second leg. Neil Duff.
But Neil Duff gets away, missed the big number, but it doesn't get punished. 1 apiece as he finds tops.
Third leg round to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, it's not very often that you'll have a player use
100.
win 3 out of 4 legs on double 19. Not any that I can remember anyway, so that definitely was a Rickwood special.
It's on par with the Menzel Sudovic leave double 14 at
55.
all costs.
Yeah.
$60.
Neil Duff will look to punish that 60, but again, he drops low here. Can't find the adjustment.
60.
He's not a happy boy up there, is he? I've seen more head shaking so far from Neil Duff tonight than I have all week.
One thing I have noticed about
58.
Neil's game after watching him, last night and also this evening, he doesn't tend to switch very much. He's very persistent in throwing up the top at those 20s. He doesn't switch very often down to the 19s, which you
60.
see quite a lot of players do and do it quite successfully.
Yeah, I think that's more of an old school mentality because you look at people like Martin Adams who refuses to switch at times. It's like, I'm just going to try and just batter my way through the darts
123.
into the treble 20.
Yeah. But I think it's really important to have that, tool in your pocket there to be able to switch and to be able to hit
95.
those 57s.
Run your car 160.
Well, yeah, look, we've seen at the top level over the years, James Wade would do everything to leave tops and 10s, the same as Michael Smith, but they've learnt you have to be versatile.
125.
And you see them going to that bottom left-hand corner a lot more than they ever used to.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ryan's left himself sitting pretty here on 35,
40.
so he'll be back for
Run
that.
your car,
With Neil still
35.
way back on 191.
3 for double 16. Can he go over it?
3.
Tricky dart, but he will be back. Neil Duff has no range
35.
whatsoever at the moment.
Run your car 32.
As Ryan Furness comes for double 16
Game shot on the third
and
leg.
pins it.
Ryan Furness.
Is Group B about to get interesting? At the start of the night, we all thought it was a race for third. However, Corinne, it's turning into a race for second and third because Neil Duff
Fourth leg Neil to
cannot
throw first.
find his
Game
scoring
on.
boots.
No, and I think the worse it plays for him, then the worse it's gonna get because you'll start thinking about it all. Though you wouldn't know it now with putting in the first 180 of the match.
Again, though, a bit like Mike Gillet, he seemed to throw those a lot quicker.
100.
Yeah. Yeah, you are right.
Inject pace into the game. Don't think he was happy with that one, though.
Low again.
44.
That's begging to be hit. He'll be disappointed with that.
100.
It's a steady ton, but the way that first dart was sat there,
Yeah.
he would have wanted and expected more in that situation.
But at least he did hit 220s after that rather than going into the 5s or 1s, because that's the worst shot when you've got the perfect 60 first dart and then can't follow it in even with a single 20. Ooh,
63.
that was right off the top wire there.
Yeah, you can see when they're legitimate off the wire, you get that spring back the dart up into the air.
Yeah.
When they hit the flight, it just takes the momentum out and just
100.
limps to the board where that one has flown off the wire.
This is a much better scoring leg here from Neil, so he'll be back
100.
480
Neil
and should have
80.
at least one dart at a double. Didn't even go the 15 for ball.
40. Run your
Brave.
car
Yeah, that
138.
could have gone all wrong.
However, the 138 isn't going to go. And do you know anyone that's taken out 138 before?
58.
One,
Neil
three,
Wilcox,
yeah.
40.
I think I've done it a few times myself.
Game shot on the 4th leg.
As Neil Duff pins tops at the first time of asking. We are level at 2 apiece. And that's a much better leg from Neil Duff. 16 dart, hold of throw.
5th leg round to throw first. Game on. $58.
Neil Duff will be thinking pounce all over that. And that is an absolute plum first dart. Can he find another?
100.
Again, like we said about Ryan in the last leg, Neil will be disappointed with that one.
Yeah, and they were both just right on that top wire there.
100.
Surely he has to switch here. Yeah, I was going to say,
59.
there was physically no way room.
Wasn't going to be able to get past those two 20s that were in there.
100.
Not much between them in this leg. But Neil's going to have to find something special to break
60.
the finesse throw.
93.
Yeah, that was a great last start there from Ryan. Leaving himself on 150, which he will be back for. Or was he going to go 3 bulls?
Oh, I'd love it.
The Simon Whitlock special.
59.
I remember
Ryan
before Simon did it,
150.
everyone was saying, if it's done on TV, it will be Simon that does it first, and he duly obliged. And then apologised for it.
60.
It leaves 90, but a big visit here, and that 90 gets a little bit tricky.
59. Ryan Wilcox, 90.
Yeah, now with Neil on a finish, you feel he's going to have to go the treble. Oh, he doesn't. Just says no. You know what? I'm going
Game shot on the
54-36
5th
and I'm
leg.
going to
Ryan
hit it.
Furness.
Great darts there from Ryan to take the lead 3-2. And a break of throw. Oh, no, it wasn't a break.
6th
No,
leg
it was
Neil
a
to throw
hold.
first. Game on.
Getting ahead of myself there.
But again, it was that double 18.
Yeah. Obviously feels comfortable with that.
180.
A great start to this leg. Yeah, clearly I thought he was going to go the treble 20 loop route or 2 single 20s for the bullseye, but he went no.
26.
I'm gone 54.
I'm going to do it my way.
Exactly. Yeah, what do I know? This is why I'm in the commentary box and not playing.
Oh, we got a little bit excited then. We had 4
81.
perfect.
We did see 6 perfect darts last night from Graham Hall. Opened up a leg with back-to-back 180s.
13.
Actually, I think that was the same game at one point. His, on the power pack scoring, it was 4 180s that he's had thrown. No ton pluses, no ton 40
60.
pluses, just 4 180s.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
$60.
Looks as if we are going all the way here.
Yes, Ryan's a long way behind, back on 402 after 9 darts.
100. 100. Neil Wilcox, 80.
So 80 for Neil Duff. Single 20 for tops. 1 dart to send us all the way.
Game shot on the 6th leg.
We
Neil
are
Duff.
going all the way. Pins tops. 80. We get the fist pump and we are going to the newly named Noble Leg.
Have we started something here
So
with the
final
last
leg, Ryan
match
to
going
throw first, game
4-3?
on.
This match is going all the way to the 7 legs. Is this what we're going to see for the remainder of
57.
the evening?
Such a high profile leg. No treble is a mistake.
100.
there are those matches that absolutely deserve to go the distance, and I think this has been one of them.
85.
Both have been good on their scoring. They've been, good on their doubles. Ryan has absolutely been better on his doubling this match than what he was in the last match. He's 3 from 5 at the minute.
140.
And Neil 3 from 4. So it feels like this deserves to be a 7-leg match.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% agreeing with you there, Corinne. They've both been superb
36.
on their own throw. However, a big however, the Ryan Furness throw is under the cosh here. He lost his scoring boots, and Neil Duff has found them. He's showing a champion's mentality when he needed it most.
Yeah, Ryan needs all of them here. Another one of those.
140. Neil Ducar, 140.
And he has got 6 darts off 140 here, but a big score from Ryan.
55.
His next shot could really put that pressure on, particularly with that last dart. Just going that little bit left there into the treble 5. Oh, not helping for Ryan.
42.
With his couldn't pick
Neil
up the
Ducar,
54 with
85.
his last dart.
20. Oh, he's missed the big number again.
I can't even
45.
say it anymore.
Brand car, 141.
Oh, wouldn't this be a way to end out the match? No, not going to happen.
Not going to happen. So Neil Duff will come back 3
62.
darts in hand
Neil Ducar, 40.
to book his place in the final. Come inside, down to 10s. Oh, that is a mistake. It is
No
rash,
score.
wild.
Ryan
Ryan Furness breathes again. Could be a huge turning point here. 57 for double 11. That's awkward. That slid across. I'm not sure how much he can see, but it is enough. Ryan Furness has dodged a bullet there. Neil Duff is absolutely devastated. You can see he's disgusted with himself. That dart for double 10 was so wild, it was unreal. But Ryan Furness breathes again. Look, the averages aren't up there. However, this game had drama, it had tension, and Ryan Furness lives again in Group B. Up next, again, another huge game for Robert Rickwood as he takes on the leader, Alexander Merkx.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, where Ryan Furness has sealed a vital victory against Neil Duff. As you can see, Corinne Hammond is alongside me up on the balcony, and I couldn't spend a bit of time with you on the balcony, Corinne, without going through some stats. Shall we do some stats, Corinne?
This is what I have been missing all night, Henry. Yes, please, let's go through some stats.
These are the stats then from the 4-3 win for Ryan Furness. A 79.1 average, 4 from 7 on the doubles, and that 90 checkout. Sealing the win with a 79 on double 11 to get the better of Duff by 4 legs to 3. Let's see then what that does to the league standings, because that makes things very, very interesting indeed at the halfway point, Corinne. We know Alexander's through on 12 points. Neil Duff on 6 has now got company of Robert Rickwood, and now Ryan Furness is really in amongst that chasing pack.
He is amongst the chasing pack, though, on the 4 points, but he does have a deficit of 7 legs, so he's got a lot of work to do, even if he was to get another 2 points to put himself up there into that 3rd place. But what a charge Robert Rickwood has made so far, and that last match that he played, fantastic finishing there on that double 19.
Indeed it was. 3 legs won on double 19. We don't often see that.
I know, and if you had been in the comms box, I would have been asking you for a stat on that for sure.
60% before tonight on double 19. Don't worry, I checked that already. Anyway, we're going to see Robert Rickwood in action against Alexander Merkx next. He got the better of Mike Gillet 4-3 thanks to that fantastic 1-5-8 checkout, which included, of course, that double 19. He takes on Alexander Merkx, who's looking to make it a magnificent 7th victory. He beat Robert Rickwood in yesterday's encounter by 4 legs to 1, and Alexander's just kind of carried on in the sort of vein he left off last night.
Yeah, he has continued to carry that through, and now that he, you know, the pressure's been taken off his shoulders, he knows that he's through, so he can just go out there and do what he needs to do and just enjoy those matches.
Ready for some more tungsten tension on decision day?
I knew that there was going to be some tungsten tension happening, but yeah, let's keep it going and see what we come up with.
Well, it's going to be an interesting run to the line then here in Group B. Match 6 about to get underway. Corinne Hammond's going to head down to the commentary box to join Phil Bars.
Thank you very much, Henry, and welcome back, everyone, to the MODUS Super Series as we etch closer to the midnight hour. But this game is huge in the race for finals night. Alexander Merkx safely there, but Robert Rickwood can take a huge, huge step to finals night if he can pick up 2 points here. Level on points with Neil Duff on 6. There he is, the man from Burnley, 50 years old, using a 23-gram B7 Legends dart. But interesting, pressure on one, absolutely no pressure on the other. Alexander Merkx just going through the gears, looking to keep this unbeaten record going.
First leg is Alexander to throw first.
And Robert will have to find a break of throw if he's to take the points.
$95.
But the start Robert has made to this evening has been brilliant. 2 wins from his opening 2 games.
134.
As Mr. Double 19 is in this game. And as if by magic, Corinne is back
60.
in the commentary box with us.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's absolutely freezing up there on that balcony. Oh, wow. It's very warm in this commentary box, so yeah.
140.
Like 2 different places.
Yeah, and we were just saying at the start of the night, we didn't see
100.
this materialising, did we? It looked as if it was just a race for 3rd, but now the whole Group B has just been blown wide open.
Yeah, and that's all thanks to this man, Robert Rickwood, who's just, yeah,
41.
had a great start to the evening.
Yeah, and he has the Merkx throw and a little bit of bother here.
100.
Merkx down to a finish first, but Rickwood can set this up and make it a lot easier.
43.
But that's
Alexander
a stray.
146.
Neil Duff right now is head of the
57.
Alexander Merkx fan club, I
Robert
reckon, in that
Rickwood,
practice room.
143.
He's probably in there cheering him on.
That's if he's calmed down yet.
Oh, he did have a smile on his face when I walked through the
43.
players' room on my
Alexander
way up to the
89.
balcony. So he's okay.
Wasn't sure how much he
Robert
could see of
Yokar,
that bullseye.
100.
The way the flight had kicked up from the dart at the 19. Big moments here. Huge
Game
moments.
shot on the first
And Robert
leg.
Rickwood is up to the task. The man that came in needing a lot of work is finding all the answers at the moment. That's 100 to break the Alexander Merkx throw.
First. Game on.
Can he move into second and break the winning streak of the Dutchman?
It's all there for
60.
the taking.
$121.
We have had the stat confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
First time in Live League stroke Super Series history
140.
anyone has won 3 legs in one match on double 19.
Wow. See, I thought it would. That's why I
43.
called it a Rickwood special. Just knew that it wouldn't be a popular way to be finishing out legs.
It is now officially the Rickwood.
100.
Right now, Corin, the way he's playing,
140.
he's Rickwood favourite to make finals night now.
Oh yeah, he's definitely one. I mean, I'll be really surprised if he doesn't get through now.
140.
Said the same about Alexander and Neil though, so you know, I mean, Alexander is definitely through.
59.
I
Robert Yokar,
would
61.
think that with the leg deficit there is between third and fourth place, that Neil and Rob are going to
Game
be
shot on the
through.
second
Here it
leg.
goes, taking
Robert
out
Rickwood.
61. Still 100% on his checkouts here, 2 from 2. Checking out 100 in that first leg and 61 here in that second to double his lead for 2-0.
Third leg, Alexander to throw first. Game on.
It might not matter if Robert wins this one, but I was thinking that
140.
if Alexander Merkx had picked up the points here, I was quite looking forward to game 9 and Robert Rickwood against Ryan Furness, because although the leg difference is huge, where they're playing each other, it's a double swing.
66.
Yes, that is true.
$60.
But Robert Rickwood halfway to moving second in this Group B table.
100. $140.
Much better leg here from Alexander Merkx. Found his scoring boots that weren't there in the opening few legs.
85. Alexander Yokar, 161. $31.
Not the best setup though.
No, he could have done a lot more with that shot. Obviously, he didn't need to go for it to finish it off, but could have done a lot more in terms of setting it up, making it a lot easier. Because all of a sudden, the pressure is on this 130 now that Robert's put in a 180 and left
58.
himself with 70.
Robert Yokar, 70.
Yeah, Alexander Merkx thought he had all the time in the world. However, the man from Burnley had other ideas and tops for
50.
3-0.
Alexander Yokar, 72.
Doesn't go, but this 72 is not a gimme. Double 16.
Game shot on the
Of
third
course
leg.
it is.
Alexander
I bet he
Merkx.
made it look easy.
He'll breathe a bit of a sigh of relief there as well, because Robert Rickwood almost
Fourth leg,
ambushed him on the
Robert to
line.
throw first. Game on.
Yeah, it was just that last missed start at tops. Otherwise, he would have been
78.
coming up to a 3-0 scoreline.
60. $125.
Just looks full of confidence tonight, Robert.
Yeah, we've talked about that before. Once you have that confidence, well, confidence
140.
breeds competence. So you're feeling confident, you're going to start playing really well.
And we all know that when you're playing well, the doubles and trebles, they look bigger.
85.
Oh, they look massive. They're the size of the whole board.
100.
Both down to manageable numbers. It's all about the setup here. And that straight into the 5
79.
won't do him any good, but he's covered into the 18s really, really well there. They are 2 low
60.
darts from
Robert
Merkx.
Car 134.
54 tops.
94. Alexander Car 141.
141, not going to go. So Robert Rickwood
82.
is going to come back,
Robert Car
staring
40.
at tops for 3-1.
Alexander Car 59.
Interested to see, Corin, that second dart, just the way it sat after hitting the other dart, I think that might have been a hindrance.
Yeah, quite possibly. Might
19.
not really had a great
Robert
sight
Yogar,
there
20.
of the tops to be able to get that third one in, but has had a reprieve here with Alexander missing
Game
a few
shot on the
darts
fourth
and doesn't
flag.
make any
Robert
mistakes
Rickwood.
this time. Straight into that double 5 and moving into a 3-1 lead.
The Alexander Merkx winning streak is under
This leg
the
Alexander to
cosh.
throw first. Game on.
Is he going to be that bothered by it? I don't think so. He already
42.
knows he's through to tomorrow night.
Yeah, but we all like winning streaks.
Yeah, I guess so.
See, if me and Nico or me and Matty Edgar were here now, we'd go into the
24.
Undertaker's winning streak at WrestleMania. And I've just had the eye roll, everyone.
Yeah.
140.
I don't know. Well, I know. Well, I've got no idea what his streak would be now, but do you know what? I do know a little bit about wrestling, but not enough
100.
to know what his streak is. I probably know more
99.
about wrestling than I do about football. Let's put it that way.
That's a fair one.
$97.
So Alexander Merkx 220. How handy can he leave this?
60.
That's been the disappointing feature in this game. In the previous ones, his setup play around the 200s, 220s had been immaculate, but that's deserted him so far in this game.
Just hasn't been able to find
95.
that.
Alexander Car
treble
160. 81.
Leave 79. Robert Rickwood 185. How much pressure can he apply?
81. Alexander Car 79.
Enough to make it interesting.
Got 2 darts, double 11. And
Game
that's
shot
all
on the
he
fifth leg.
needs.
Alexander Merkx.
Brings it back to a 3-2 scoreline, although that was a hold of throw, so Rob does now have the dart
Sixth leg
in
Robert
this
to throw
sixth
first.
leg
Game on.
and the opportunity to close out this match 4-2 and end the winning streak of Alexander Merkx.
Yeah, and also you'll be thinking,
96.
I don't want to go to a decider. Get it done here.
When you have the chances to be able to do it on your own throw, that's
140.
absolutely what you want to do.
But Merkx has started with a 2 treble visit.
Because he wants it to go all the way. He wants there to be a 7th
27.
leg. He's not ready to give up his winning streak just yet.
Yeah, and if he can find another 2 treble visit here, can't. But pins.
91.
Yeah, it was a good switch there and good thinking, good ball management. Now he only needs a simple ton to be able to leave himself on a finish.
140.
The treble 17 switch is very underused in my opinion.
140.
It has its uses. And he did better than just that simple ton. He's gone in with a
100.
ton 40,
Alexander
left himself
130.
130. We'll need to use the treble 20 here because
58.
Rob's...
Robert your car 138.
I mean, is he going to go 60 tops, double 19? No.
No.
It wouldn't have surprised me.
98. Alexander
He's
your car
applied pressure though, that's for
72.
sure. 98 to leave tops. 72 for Alexander Merkx to break and send us all the way. One dart at double
James
16.
on the sixth leg.
And of
Alexander
course
Merkx.
it goes. We are level at 3 apiece. There's a wry smile there from Robert Rickwood to say, I knew that was going.
And Alexander
Seventh and
pinned
final
that
leg, Alexander to throw
72
first. Game on.
in that leg just as easily as he did in the leg before, a couple of legs before that.
60.
And we have our third match in a row that's gone to a deciding leg. Once we had that first one 2 matches ago, we did say, is this going to be the start
180.
of the 7-leggers? And it certainly appears to be that way so far.
It does, but what a huge time
100.
to hit a maximum in a deciding leg against the darts. But then he cuts it in half. So Alexander Merkx needs trebles, not treble 5s though.
91.
It's enough, but it's advantage Robert Rickwood in the decider.
And he's straight back into that 60 again.
100.
Ooh. That was lucky before it fell out because that has left him a finish of 161. But look at this from
140.
Alexander,
Robert
putting
Carl
some
161.
massive pressure on there.
He couldn't, could he?
Oh,
Bullseye for a 161.
136.
do you know, it would
Carl,
not have surprised
110.
me at all had that have gone in.
One match dart missed. However, Merkx double 18.
92.
And he misses as
Ah.
well.
Last 25.
As Henry would say, this is some tungsten tension.
Game shot on the match.
Robert Rickwood is now the favourite to make it through to Saturday's final. He's firing the break to throw in the final leg. 180 did all the damage early on, and it is 4-3 to Robert Rickwood. The winning streak of Alexander Merkx is over, an 89.54 average for the man from Burnley. Now, we cannot wait. Go and get yourselves a cuppa or whatever your tipple is on a Friday night, and we'll be back after this short break.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, where Robert Rickwood is oh so close now to qualification for finals night tomorrow night, inflicting the first defeat of Group B upon Alexandra Merkx. It was a 4-3 win as the man from Burnley turfed out yet another victory, this time with an average of 89.5, 2 maximums in the match, 4 from 11 on the doubles, and that 100 high out there for Robert Rickwood. So Alexander Merkx tasting defeat for the very first time in this group. Not that it matters, as he seals his place through to finals night tomorrow night. You can join us as well. Head over to dartshop.tv for your tickets for every single Saturday night of this phase of the MODUS Super Series. But back to the action here, because the race for Saturday night hots up even more. Robert Rickwood could have his place confirmed by the end of this game, as Ryan Furness is in action against Mike Gillet. Ryan beat the reigning WDF World Champion Neil Duff in his previous encounter. He had to survive darts, though, from the man from Northern Ireland to win it. As you can see, Duff going inside on the 15, and then Furness capitalising on the double 11 on the back of this 79 outshot. You'll see this first dart here just go on the outside, and it was just a bit awkward ahead of the final dart, but he manages to find a way to plonk it in alongside and to get the victory. Well, a win for Mike Gillet will confirm Robert Rickwood's place into tomorrow night's final. Ryan Furness is firmly in the mix to qualify. It is a game that's got huge ramifications in the group, and to talk you through it will shortly be Corinne Hammond and Phil Bars, but this was yesterday's meeting between the pair, Mike Gillet winning by 4 legs to 3, courtesy of that 60 outshot. Let's hand over then to our commentary team. Corinne Hammond, Phil Bars, it's all yours.
Thank you very much, Emery, and welcome back, everyone, to the MODUS Super Series. And we are getting to the business end of Group B, Corinne, with everything all to play for, and a big 10 minutes or so here for Ryan Furness. He can firmly put his name in the hat, or it could be game over.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's great that it's going this far into it before we've been able to confirm who has qualified for finals night tomorrow night, because it means that there is still going to be that tungsten tension, as Henry would say. And I hope he's really pleased that I'm using these puns in his absence.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder,
as they say. No, but it's definitely
First leg is Ryan to throw
a
first.
must-win game for Ryan if he still wants to be in contention, and it's going to make the next couple of matches all the more interesting as well.
Yeah, and interestingly, that we all thought Neil Duff was 1 win away, but that win getting further and further away at the moment.
42.
And sometimes it feels like, because it's just out of your grasp, it's getting further and further away, because the
25.
Yeah, the tension of it just becomes more, feels like it's a lot more difficult job to get done.
60.
Yeah, not the best start from either of them. They can't find a treble in these open exchanges.
Well, we were talking about this last night. It seemed to be quite a
85.
friendly encounter between the pair, and I was kind of putting that down to the fact that they have played each other regularly or play at the same venue regularly,
83.
both being part of the Southampton Dart Series. So, and I did say that to them earlier this evening before the session, and they both joked about it and said, yeah, it was like we just wanted the other one to win, and we
60.
just were holding out to see, you know, what happened in the end. But they assured me that it wasn't going to be like that tonight. They were going to be enemies on the line, and may the best man win.
180.
And there's the first 180 of the game to Ryan.
He enjoyed that one as well, didn't he? We had a little celebration.
140. Run your car 136.
And another of those. Oh, that was well high there.
96.
Went down for the 16 to leave him tops. Last match we saw him avoiding tops and leaving himself 36. So I'm a little bit surprised he didn't go for another single 20 there.
Yeah, I'm the same as you. I thought he'd just plonk one in big 20 to leave double 18.
Probably just habit. Didn't really think about it. Or maybe he feels that he's back on his game with the 20s and 10s. And yes,
Green shot on the
he
first
is
leg. Ryan
able to
Furness.
secure the first leg there in 18 darts. It is a hold of throw, but we are on the board and running for this match.
Second leg, Mike. to
Squeezed
throw
it into
first.
the
Game
corner
on.
there.
Yeah.
I know dart players will say, I don't mind as long as it goes in. But you do
60.
get a better feeling when it's in the middle of the bed, don't you?
Yeah, well, especially when it's in the bullseye right in the middle. That's always like, oh, doesn't get any better than that.
135.
He's straight back into that treble scoring there.
Seems to have a spring in his step now.
Well, he knows he's all to play for.
123.
And Mike's not going to give it away easily.
$59.
I did get a message from
58.
Mike's mother-in-law during his last match and have it on authority from both his wife and her that if he was to not pick up his act, I was allowed
97.
to, you know, say something to him about it.
Give him a backhand.
Something like that. I'm not actually going to say. It's not appropriate.
Unbroadcastable.
Yeah.
42.
We get the gist.
Yeah. But in all fairness
24.
to Mike, this hasn't been his usual standard of play over tonight and last night. Definitely not the Mike I'm used to seeing play, and definitely not the Mike that I've had, you know, beat me up on a dartboard several times before.
82.
Well, yeah, look, we've seen him represent Hampshire and Wales to a ridiculously high standard.
Yeah, absolutely. So we know he is
100.
capable
Mike
of so
O'Connor,
much more than he's
156.
showing at this point in time. But he's still very much in this match.
Game shot on the
and there
second
you
leg.
go, a
Mike Gillet.
136. I couldn't actually quite tell if that first treble was in there.
No, we were both the same. We were both looking. Is that
Looking,
first
yeah.
one in?
But it definitely was. And there it is,
Third
a
leg
ton
round to
plus
throw
check out
first.
for
Game
Mike
on.
to even up the match at 1-1.
$100.
Yeah. Ryan was nicely placed there as well, which makes that 136 even better.
$59.
He'd be frustrated with that though. He takes out a beautiful ton-topping finish and then can't find a treble.
49.
It's like when you're behind in a leg and your last couple of darts, you hit that 140 or 180, but still not enough. Your opponent takes it out, so you go, right, I know where I'm at now. Go and start the next leg. Can't hit a treble. You think, what a waste those darts were in the last leg. I should have saved them to the start of this one.
Yeah, we hear that quite a lot. The wasted
81.
180 is the most frustrating thing for a player.
Yeah, absolutely.
But a big visit here, and there could be a break brewing because Ryan Furness has not found
56.
the scoring phase he'd want in this leg, but not really punished. But that drift into the 5, it's not doing him any favours right now.
No, and he
119.
would have been much better off starting on the 57 there, to be honest. But he has pulled it through with 2 treble 19s, leaves himself on a finish, so he'll be back for the 152. And with absolutely a lot of pressure on it after a second 180 in the match from Mike, leaving himself 66. Oh, just fell short there.
He'll be
100.
disappointed
Mike
that
O'Connor,
after
Yeah.
that first start, it stood up to attention for another one to join it.
Double 18.
It's a long way inside.
Yeah, over for double 9. And
Game
makes
shot
no
on the third
mistake about
leg.
that
Mike
one.
Gillet.
And all of a sudden, this game seems to have been turned round with a break of throw there for Mike Gillet, giving himself a 2-1 lead.
Fourth leg, Mike to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, and look, it took a special bit of play there because Ryan Furness was well placed, but the 180 66
140.
combination completely spun that one around.
It was a very well timed from 180 from Mike there.
140.
Yeah. Again, I'd like practice room cam right now.
Yeah.
121.
This standard over the last couple of legs is more the Mike I'm used to seeing, to be honest. He's really, you know,
58.
picked it up here. Maybe he did hear me. We're not that far away from the stage out there, but yeah, definitely unlikely that he heard.
95.
Downstairs first here. First start was a blocker. So had
93.
to run.
Mike Car 145.
Unable to find the 2 trebles, he needed to leave himself a finish. So Mike is sitting pretty here.
85.
The good first start, but still left himself 60, which he'll be back for.
60. Mike Car 60.
Wasn't able to push through that last one to find a treble.
Mike Gillet tops for a 3-1 lead.
40.
Just
Manual
come
Car
underneath.
150.
150 is a big ask and impossible now with that first start, just sliding over there into the treble
55.
5.
Mike Car 20. Game shot on the 4th leg. Mike
Makes no
Gillet.
mistake about that and moves into a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, Ryan Furness now needs 3 on the spin. Otherwise, the dream is over.
5th leg,
Yeah.
Ryan to throw first. Game on.
And all of a sudden, this game has changed around, as we can see on the averages there. Mike with an 86.95, Ryan just behind
85.
on an 84.33. Their checkout percentages with Mike at 50%, 3 from 6, Ryan 1 from 3
85.
at 33%.
$40.
No treble for Ryan there and Mike Gillet. A big visit here.
100. $98. $40. $57.
No treble again for Ryan Furness. So Mike Gillet here. Big visit. Looking at a 4-1 victory.
60.
But again, he can't find a treble either.
20.
Oh, all the time to get a bounce out. And we heard Ryan there, oh dearie me. Single 20. And then the dart has taken the other 2 out.
$100.
Turned into a bit of a slow leg, this one, actually. We were just talking about how the standard had improved,
41. Mike Car 116.
but you know the tension is there for Ryan because it is a must-win leg for him.
$50. Manual Car 160.
It's all getting a bit nervy, Corin, isn't it?
It definitely is. And Mike will be
100.
back for the 66.
Mike Car 66.
Just looking.
Game shot on the match.
There it is.
Mike Gillet.
Finds tops for Mike Gillet. And it is all over now for Ryan Furness. Mike Gillet shakes his hand there as we see the replay. And there we have it. So all eyes now turn to the race for the top two. Ryan Furness, the average there slightly low. Mike Gillet, 83.15, 57.14% on his doubles, including that 1-3-6 finish. Join us after the break for the conclusion of Group B.
This is the MODUS Super Series. $182.
Six days a week, every week, the MODUS Super Series brings you darting entertainment all year round. And we saw some more tungsten tension in our last game as Mike Gillet got the better of Ryan Furness by 4 legs to 1. Let's have a look then at the stats from that previous encounter. Mike Gillet with an average of 83.15, 1 max apiece in that particular match, 4 from 7 on the doubles from Gillet at a high checkout of 136 in that one. So victory for Mike Gillet means that Robert Rickwood is through to tomorrow night's final. We now know 5 of the 6 identities that are going to be at the red carpet occasion here at the Live Lounge. As you can see at the table now, Alexander Merkx on 12 points, having won 6 of his 7 games. Robert Rickwood, a 4 and 3 card on 8 points. Neil Duff can join Robert Rickwood on 8 and join him into finals night. That would complete the field for Saturday night's finale here in week 2 at the MODUS Super Series. He's got to get the better, though, of Alexander Merkx, the man at the top of the group. And to talk us through all the action, it's Corinne Hammond and Phil Bars.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, everyone. And here we go. Neil Duff knows what he needs to do. A win will secure his place in tomorrow night's final. He hasn't been at his brilliant best, but has 2 bites of the cherry, Corinne, to get the job done.
Yes, he does. And if he doesn't get a win here, that's going to make the last match of the evening even more interesting, because he'll be playing against Mike Gillet, who, with a win, could potentially overtake him for 3rd place.
Yeah, very, very intriguing, the next 40 minutes or
First
so.
leg is Neil to throw first. Game on.
But I'm sure Neil would have had a quiet word with himself in the practice room.
I'm sure there was some not so quiet words going on as well. So it's all to do for him
50.
here, and the opportunity is there for the taking. So let's see what he does.
60.
Yeah, look, he'll be frustrated with his performances so far this evening.
Well, and what makes it even more frustrating is the fact about how he so narrowly missed
83.
out on qualifying straight through to Saturday from after the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday sessions.
100.
Yeah, and then that starts playing on your mind, thinking, I shouldn't be in this situation.
Mm-hmm. He would have been
85.
feeling quite confident coming into the start of this evening's session. There was, you know, quite a buffer between him
60.
and the 3 being Rob, Ryan and Mike. But the way it's unfolded, Rob Rickwood has secured himself into 2nd place, and now Neil is
97.
just narrowly holding on to 3rd place there.
I suppose, as long as he gets through, he'll be thinking to himself,
59.
I've had my bad day, though.
Yeah, and that's the way that he would need to look at it, in all honesty. Just think, got my spot, I'm through to the finals now, let's just
58.
start again.
Yeah, no treble, but leaves 128. Alexander Merkx, can you set this up? The answer is not very well.
43.
And
Neil
we're
Dakar,
seeing
128.
different Alexander Merkx playing at the minute, to be honest. Double 10. And
Game
makes
show
no
of the
mistake
first
about
leg.
that. A
Neil Duff.
128 checkout for the first leg. Gets that 1 in 18 darts. And it is a 1-0 lead to Neil.
Yeah, look,
Second leg, Alexander
128
through
will
first,
settle his
game on.
nerves, and we've seen splashes of his brilliance, and that's certainly one of them.
45.
Yes, that was a great display of finishing there from the WDF World Champion. So we should expect things
60.
like that, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, and we've seen him do it on TV before. Just one of those nights so far, but that will settle him.
43.
It's a hold of throw. And a big visit here. He can put the Merkx throw under all kinds of pressure.
He's not really going to have to do a lot to put it under pressure
One
at the
of the
moment, if we are
legs.
being honest, because Alexander doesn't seem to be the same player that we've seen. Maybe
44.
that loss and the end of his winning streak has just changed it all for him.
Yeah, possibly, but we've seen it at the Grand Slam and events like that before, that when you are through, that intensity,
60.
no matter how hard you try, it's not the same, is it?
No, it's not. but you also don't want to
100.
completely start slacking off and lose your form, knowing that you still have to play tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, you want to go into the final on a high.
Yeah, absolutely.
91.
Neil Duff down to 110 after 12 on the Merkx throw. So break chance incoming.
59.
And with that
Neil
visit,
Duff,
he's got 6.
110.
Another ton topper.
92.
Grazes the wire.
Oh, short there. But we'll be back again.
58.
Let's see if he hits it
18.
first. Well inside, and that brings me to my point, Corin, that when your opponent's not on a finish, although you go for it, you go a little bit safe and go to the
14.
outside, not the
Alexander
inside.
O'Connor,
Yeah, you'd rather
152.
throw outside than inside, definitely. Because now, look at that. He's gone from 36 to 4 in
54. Neil Ducar, 4.
a very short period of time, just a couple of darts.
Game shot on the
But
second
makes no
leg. Neil
mistake
Duff.
this time and doubles his lead to 2-0, a breaker throw. And he's now only 2 legs away from securing his spot for finals night.
Third leg, Neil to throw first.
I think if he
Game on.
wins this one, we may get an outburst of emotion from him.
There could be, very well.
We've seen the frustration
100.
emotion. I think we might get one of joy this time.
100.
One thing tonight, he has drifted into the 5s an awful lot, as if the release point isn't
95.
quite there.
Yeah, you are right. I will agree with you there. There have been an awful lot of 5s being thrown tonight.
Yeah, just if that
100.
release point is just slightly off compared to normal. Or is it the mild drift?
Either or. Either way, they're not going
136.
into the treble 20. But that was a fantastic visit there, a 136 to leave him on 170.
60. Neil Ducar, 170.
The big fish.
Another one of those. Will he go? Of course he did, but that
130.
was a half-hearted attempt there. Half for the bull, half for a 10. Leaves himself tops.
96. Neil Ducar, 40.
Happy accident.
Yeah,
Game shot on the third leg. Neil
and
Duff.
is able to clean that up there with a 13 dart leg, a 3-0 lead, and now moves even closer to confirming
Fourth
that
leg,
place
Alexander
in the
to throw
finals
first.
night
Game on.
lineup. And let's be quite honest here, Phil. Alexander is not putting up any kind of
97.
resistance to this at all.
No, Neil Duff's having this all his own way. And look, the big improvement from his first 2 games of the night is the doubling.
Yeah. I mean, there still have been a few
40.
missed attempts. He is 3 from 7, but you know, just shy of 43% is a massive improvement on what we've seen earlier this evening and
120.
yesterday.
Yeah, in a must-win game to book your place. It's a nice feeling when there's nothing coming back from your opponent.
180.
And there he is with the second 180 of this game,
58.
putting himself in a nice commanding position for this leg and giving him the opportunity to walk away with a 4-0 victory. And I say
55.
that, and then he sips into the treble 5s. And I did think that he was going to put in a 2 treble visit there
100.
and would leave himself a finish.
Yeah, 40, 180, 55.
100. Alexander Ducar, 126.
Downstairs, 19s first. Another or a single. Double 6.
120.
It's come inside. That's a
Neil
great
Ducar,
effort from Alexander
126.
Merkx. Neil Duff, are you going to go the same way? Has to be the treble. Doesn't get a dart at the ball. Alexander Merkx will come back for a tricky little double 3.
43. Alexander Ducar, 6.
I'm not sure how much you can see.
No score. Neil, you'll call
Yeah, that's the
83.
thing with double three. That one dart under it doesn't really leave you much to be looking at. Oh, 32.
Game shot
And
on the
is
match.
able to
Neil
do
Duff.
that. And we see a 4-0 victory here from Neil Duff, just at the time that he needed to come through with a win, and confirms his place in the lineup for Saturday night finals.
Yeah, 88.14 average, his best performance of the evening so far, confirming his place in Saturday night's final. Still 2 games to go. Up next, we have the man in second place, Robert Rickwood, against Ryan Furness after this break.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, where we are joined up on the balcony by Neil Duff, and you came up here to the pleasant surprise that you found that you're through to finals night.
Yeah, I was kind of trying to work it out. I try not to let it get into my head. Probably would have paid more attention on Wednesday. I could have maybe sealed the deal then, but I just go out and play. First 2 matches, absolutely terrible. My young boy could have beat me. But yeah, I turned up there, kind of turned it on a bit, but I'm just happy to get through to Saturday night now, because what you've done all week is nothing now. It's all about Saturday night.
Because it does all build up to that, doesn't it? And that's the moment that all the players come here to get to in front of the crowd, and of course, the £5,000, the Champions Week that's on offer.
Yeah, for me, it's the crowd being in. You know me, I do like a crowd. So then I seem to play my best starts whenever I'm actually showing off in front of someone. I think it gives you a lot more motivation when you're up there playing. I try and get the crowd on side with me. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting night, but I'm really, really looking forward to it.
Well, let's have a look then at the table, because we can confirm your place into finals night tomorrow. There you are on 8 points. Alexander Merkx there at the top of the table. Following what happened on Wednesday, was there a point tonight after the first couple of defeats where that got in your mind, or was it just get whatever you needed to do to go through?
I think the second match, I kind of let it get into my head. I knew after the first defeat I had to go out. I needed 2 points on the board. I need to get 2 points on the board, because eventually they're going to start creeping up on me. It didn't happen. No one to blame but myself. My darts was absolutely terrible. So yeah, but I've had the luxury of playing against Alexander all week. We know each other's game. I knew how to play it. Fair enough, he didn't turn up that game, but I took my chances and got the 2 points, and I'm happy now that I'm through.
And you can see at the end that relief on your face. You're one of those players that will let out emotion, but at the right moments.
Yeah, but you can choose the wrong times to do it, and you're just releasing a lot of energy that you don't need to spend. Yeah, listen, you know, you've seen me on the TV. I know how to work myself. Probably for the first 2 games, I didn't have enough energy. But with the crowd there, that's what I would feed off. So tomorrow night, expect a bigger, higher standard for me.
Well, Neil Duff, we will see you on Saturday. Many, many congratulations for qualifying for finals night. Well, match 9 is between Robert Rickwood and Ryan Furness. Robert is also through to finals night. Let's see how these two get on in their final matches of the Group B campaign. I think they heard us in the background.
Go on,
Let's hand back to our commentary team of Colin Hammond and Phil Bars. It's gone nuts up here on the balcony.
The balcony has gone absolutely crazy. Corey, congratulations to Neil Duff booking his place in the final. I'm looking forward to this one. Now the pressure's off, I'm hoping both will just relax and just give it a good go.
Yeah, I mean, we're not really playing for any results here. They are what you would refer to as dead rubbers, but doesn't mean that they can't be exciting matches. So let's hope they can show us what they're capable of.
Yeah, definitely. Ryan Furness, 29 from Salisbury, uses a 20-gram unicorn dart. But it is Robert Rickwood who has the darts in this one. And he's played some fabulous stuff today.
100.
Came in with all kinds of pressure on his shoulders and has responded to it.
It really does show his resilience there. He knew what he needed to do.
39.
He knew the job that he had to take, and he's come in here and gone about his business in some style too, I might say, with some of the checkouts that we've seen and you know, combinations that he's had there, and he's been able to secure his spot through to tomorrow night, and he deserves to be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
134.
Just seeing if we've got confirmation of the groups for tomorrow yet from our amazing backroom team.
60.
It'll be probably something Henry will reveal to us from up on the balcony at the end of the session.
If we get it through first, I'm gonna steal his thunder.
You're gonna steal his thunder.
96.
But Robert Rickwood in control of this opening leg. 185 after 12. Looking to set this up.
65.
This was game 2 yesterday, and Ryan Furness averaged 93.59 in a 4-3 victory. I'm sure right now he'd just take a win.
Robert Yokar, 170.
Left himself 170. Is he going to be able to do something special here?
84.
Wasn't to be. A wayward dart there from Ryan.
45. Robert Yokar, 86.
Gets himself down to a finish, but doesn't really apply a great amount of pressure to this 86 for Rob.
61. Ryan Yokar, 136.
Dart missed at the ball.
That was definitely a different
56.
way to
Robbie
be
O'Connor,
going about
25.
136.
8 for 1-0.
Game shot on the
Clinical
first leg.
from
Robert
Robert Rickwood, and that is 1-0 to the man from Burnley. On his go at the 86, the second dart was very safe.
Second
It
leg round to throw first.
wasn't a
Game
dart
on.
at the double, and also wasn't. It was just dart.
Yeah,
40.
was just a single 18.
$27.
Not really capitalising on the start from Ryan there with only 40 and Rob going in with the 27.
59.
Still no trouble from Ryan. So after 6 starts on 402.
92.
Good last dart recovery there from Rob.
100.
Better use of the marker there from Ryan.
$44.
Seems like they're both throwing those first starts awry.
37. $140.
Should start downstairs here. And does.
95.
Good use of the 19s to leave the big fish. This would be so typical as well, Karim, wouldn't it? That
100.
he hasn't looked
Daniel
likely and then he'd
Carr,
find this from nowhere.
170.
That's generally the way it goes.
79. Robert Yukon, 98.
Getting up on double 19 again, isn't he?
Yeah, of course he is.
It's missed.
Game shot on the second leg.
But doesn't
Robert
miss with
Rickwood.
the second dart. And there he is again.
The
Finishing off a leg on double 19, the Rickwood special, to double his lead for 2-0
Third
in
leg, Robert, you
his
throw
last
first.
match of
Game
the
on.
evening.
The recovery on the Rickwood. You're going to have to fill
52.
Murph in tomorrow about the Rickwood as well.
Yeah, I will have to. Because I have no doubt we'll see
58.
some more double 19s from Rob tomorrow evening.
Yeah, most people favour tops, 10s, not Rob.
Well, it's not like he's
45.
purposely leaving 38, like going about things to make sure that they've just been the double that's left at the end of his, finish, because they all have
133.
been part of a combination finish rather than just a double.
I remember at one point where Simon used to deliberately leave double 19, and
96.
there was a couple of times in the Grand Prix where that was his starting double.
Oh, Simon leaves all kinds of doubles deliberately.
60.
But when they work for you, what does it matter?
As long as they go in.
Exactly.
42.
We were hoping for a match of brilliance here from these two, given that they are playing with all the freedom of no pressure about
29.
where they were in the table or who's going to qualify or not qualify, but not really showing us what they are capable of at this point in time. Maybe that's because it is getting late in the evening. I mean, it is almost 1 a.m. here in the UK, so
58.
might just be feeling it a bit.
$81.
To be fair, Ryan's had more range on the treble 19 than he has treble 20 in this game. His 19's hitting's been very good.
140. Run your car, 140. 100. Robert, your car, 68.
Well, that's one way to hit a ton.
One way to leave tops.
Hmm.
Tops for Rickwood for 3-0.
48.
Comes
car,
inside.
40.
Ryan Furness hit it twice in the setup. Now can he find it?
Game shot on the third leg. Ryan Furness.
3 darts in a row at tops.
You're right, Jose. Just a little bit of confidence there. Hopefully he can take
Off
from
leg
that.
Ryan to throw first. Game
Bit
on.
of confusion there from the players as to whose throw it is in this 4th leg. And it is Ryan, so that was a break of throw from him there in that 3rd leg. So now has the darts to
57.
be able to take the opportunity to get us back on level pegging.
Good job, Mr. Hinks was in control.
Exactly.
100.
All credit to our referees who are
140.
out there watching every dart, adding up every score. That is a level of concentration there, right there, especially when you get
93.
quite a number of matches in a session and you get those that go all the distance.
Oh,
Not,
completely.
yeah.
37.
Obviously, first half of the week we had Mark Owen doing a great job. He's off
52.
back home and then off to Malta for a week of darting action as well. It's non-stop.
They never rest, just like the dart
41.
player.
Great second dart from Robert Rickwood.
86.
Pulled the first one, but the recovery was really good. Tees up the big fish.
43. Robert, your car, 170.
There's one.
105.
Again, couldn't tell. Like the 136 earlier, we were just waiting. Were we going to get a close-up on the bull or not?
57. Robert, your car, 65.
25. Slipped into the 11. Recovers 4 tops.
45. Brand new car, 126.
19's first. Another or a single. Single for the ball.
101.
Whiff
Robert,
for a
your car,
while.
20.
Clips the bullseye wire there. Up for 5s.
15.
Was a very
Brand new
safe
car,
dart at
25.
5s.
It was double 10. Oh, now up for 5s. And that first dart,
Game shot
well,
on the
looked
fourth
like it
leg.
would be a
Ryan
blocker,
Furness.
but he was able to get it in there. And now we have an even match where he takes out that to bring us back to 2-all.
Yeah, and look,
Fifth leg,
he's got
Robert,
away
to
with
throw
it.
First. Game
But
on.
that's why I'm not a fan of that way for 25. For that reason, if you go inside the 10s, you then have to try and go over.
43.
Over the top of the 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I agree. I'd never think that way to go off 25, to be honest.
No, look, even if you're not an 8 man, then 1 for double 12.
80.
Which is normally Gezzy's MO on 25 is 1 for the 1 for double 12.
140. 140.
Just throw him with a little bit more purpose, both of them now. There's a little bit more zip in the dart.
Definitely have upped the standard in the last couple of legs. And there we go.
180.
The first 180 of the match there from Robert Rickwood.
41.
Leaves himself
Robert
on a
Val,
138.
138. $68.
Levels it up. How much pressure can Ryan Furness apply? Needs a treble just to get to a finish.
60. Robert
unlucky.
Car, 70. Game shot on
But
the
that
fifth
is
flag.
clinical
Robert
from
Rickwood.
Robert Rickwood. 17-2, treble 10, double top, and he is one away from victory.
That was a nice 14 dart leg there.
6-leg round to throw first. Game on. $80.
Are we going to see this match go the distance? Will Ryan be able to level it up at 3 apiece to take it to
58.
a 7th and deciding leg here in our penultimate game?
Otherwise known as the Noble. That year, bless George,
135.
winning the Euro Tour, that every game seemed to go the way, and the UK Open.
Yeah, whenever there was a last leg, you can be assured that George Noble was the referee.
123.
The one was at the UK Open behind closed doors at Milton Keynes. I think it was the Friday afternoon session. Obviously, 11 legs to a game. He was averaging 10.4 legs or something along those lines. But right now, Furness, well, I was about to say, he may have been favourite to level up, but
140.
Robert Rickwood's got other ideas.
Yeah, he's already thinking about going home for the evening.
21.
What he'd give for a 140 just to leave tops. Not going to find it. Can he find a treble?
60.
No is the answer. So Ryan Furness, 207, will be looking for the perfect setup.
100. Robert your car, 120.
Shanghai on the 20s will win this. Rob, single 20 for tops.
100.
Oh, and just falls
Raniel car,
short.
107.
You feel this must go for Ryan here. Oh,
That's unlucky.
just on the wrong side of the wire of that treble 17
45.
bet there.
Robert your car, 20.
So Robert Rickwood coming back for double 10 to seal it. Can you use that as a marker? Not that one.
No score.
Didn't use
Raniel
it.
car, 62.
No, didn't at all.
$30. Robert your car, 20.
So take two. Robert Rickwood up for fives. It's been his friend so far tonight, but not this time around.
No score.
Ryan Furness.
Raniel car, 32.
Ryan can't believe he's lucky.
Game shot on the 6th leg. Ryan Furness.
And he's been able to level it up. So it is a 7th and deciding leg we will go to here in this match between Robert Rickwood and Ryan Furness.
7th and final leg. Robert to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, and normally you'd be happy with the way he used the marker on that double 8.
Yeah.
60.
Robert's thinking about all those mismatched darts he's had in the last leg here, and he could have been halfway out the door on his way back home.
96.
Quick stop at the kebab shop on the way to the hotel.
81. $92.
Good cover shooting from Ryan Furness, using the 18s. But Rickwood charging back.
180.
There he goes again with the second 180 of the match to be able to give himself a
60.
good buffer here. Another 2 treble throw would be absolutely great because that would leave him on tops.
140.
And that's exactly what he does. Opportunity for a 13 darter to be able to close out this match with a 4-3 victory.
140. Robert Yulkar, 40.
To seal it in style. Good marker. Come off of that. Too much. Down to 10s.
Game
And this
shot of the
time
match,
around, double
Robert
10.
Rickwood.
was his favourite. He missed it multiple times in the last leg, but Robert Rickwood seals second spot in Group B as he heads to the final full of confidence. The averages not quite where they'd like them, but job done for Robert Rickwood. After this short break, back for our final game of the group sessions, and it will be Mike Gillet taking on the WDF World Champion, Neil Duff.
Welcome back to the Super Series, where this man is through. Robert Rickwood, you are absolutely delighted to be into the next round, aren't you?
I am, yeah. Never in my life did I expect it. I thought I was in third place last night, only winning one game. And that was the shock of it all. And I thought, if I can just keep on third, I'll be happy with that. And then to come here, I thought, don't even know where I finished. Third.
We'll show you the table in just a second, but it was a massive night for you tonight. As you say, 2 points going into this evening, and you have a brilliant night tonight. What was your mindset going into this evening? Because even yesterday, you played well and just didn't quite pick up the points.
It was a doubles yesterday that let me down, and I thought, well, I'm in third place, and that's the best thing about playing Thursday and Friday night. You know, all you've got to do is come in that top three. So I thought, if I can keep in top three, I'll be right. I'll be happy with that. And then to beat Neil on first game, I thought, right, brilliant. You know, Neil weren't topper. I thought, right, just progress from there. Because you got Mike, you got Ryan, Alexander, great players. You can't afford to take your eye off the ball wheel. You know, and lucky enough they did. And I got the double.
Would you like to see the winning moment back?
No.
Well, we're going to show it anyway. Just down on that monitor there against Alexander Merkx. He misses the double 18 to win the game 4-3 himself. You come back for the 25. What was in your head at this particular moment?
Don't miss.
And then you didn't.
I didn't know.
There you go. There's the double 8 that sees you through. And as you can see, the relief of emotion there to get the 4-3 win,
Oh,
which
it definitely was. It
which you
definitely
didn't know
was.
at that moment actually sent you through, did you, at the time?
No, I didn't. No, did it, X? No. I just take every game as it comes, and obviously the more it is, the more bonus points you get, and sometimes you're more shocked that you've actually got through. I mean, I think I've been 4 times here, and I managed to scrape through on last game every time, or more or less on the last night. You know, and that's what it's all about. You know, just making sure you're there for finals night.
Well, this is the table then. This is the table you've been waiting for. This will confirm your place into finals night. There you are, second place in the table, 10 points to your name. You're up in gold, you're up in lights, and you're into the final.
That's brilliant. I can't speak.
He can't speak, so we'll let him go and enjoy the rest of his evening. You can now relax and enjoy tomorrow.
I hope so.
How are you going to enjoy the crowd, though? Just finally, you know, being out there in front of the crowd. That's what you said to me yesterday. That's what you wanted.
Yesterday, you know what I mean? When you played at UK Open, all right, there wasn't that many crowd there, but when I played at Blackpool and the crowd there, it's brilliant. You know what I mean? But you're still playing for yourself, you know, you're trying to entertain the crowd. That was one of the hardest games I had to play there against Ryan, because he knew we were out, and I knew we were through, and we're both trying to, like, play, but I think we played too hard. He didn't play his own game, if that makes sense. You know, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You know, playing with that young man down there.
As you can see, Neil Duff is on the stage behind us. He's about to take on Mike Gillet in the final game. The balcony's causing chaos tonight. It's been a real good group played in a real good spirit. So let's round it off in style. It's Duff against Gillet in the company of Corinne Hammond and Phil Bars.
Thank you very much, Henry. Corinne, I bet you're glad you're safe in the commentary box, though. That balcony's...
Yeah, well, you know, no surprise that it is absolute chaos with Henry up there. I'm sure that he'll be back in the commentary box in no time.
One game to go, as they said, and it is the WDF World Champion, Neil Duff, against Mike Gillet. And we said it last time, and I'm going to hope it's there. I think Neil will play with a bit of freedom, and I'm expecting something good here.
Yeah, I think so too. And also, I would like, you know, Mike to really play to his ability. We've not really seen that. The best game that he's had so far this evening was his match against Ryan, but he is capable of so much more. And even though he knows that his, you know, contest here in this phase is over, it'd be really nice for him to finish it on a high.
Looks like
anyway.
it's Mike to throw first. Game on.
Here we go. One best of 7 game to end Group B before the final tonight now.
Yeah, exactly, because we are into the early hours of Saturday
96.
morning. Where does the time go?
Time flies when you're having fun, Corinne.
Oh, yes, and that's all that happens here at the MODUS Live Lounge. It's non-stop fun.
The Smile Factory is here.
83.
It's a perfect first start for Neil Duff.
140.
I'm genuinely surprised that...
I know, it was a perfect second dart as well. Had the whole treble bed there left for the taking.
We were about to
58.
tee up Mr. Hinks to let rip. But early on here, Neil Duff has the Mike Gillet throw under pressure.
57.
I was going to say, he had to switch there. If he hadn't, that would have been pure stubbornness.
Mm-hmm.
$100.
And that was a great last start from Mike there, being able to leave himself on a finish of 164.
But Neil Duff, can he leave 24?
180.
He
Mario
absolutely
Calvin,
can.
64.
And he will get a go at it. The 164, a bridge too far
81.
for Mike Gillet.
Neil O'Connor,
So,
24.
double 12 for a break in the opener. That's a good guide.
He's
And
on
he's
the
used
first
it.
leg. Neil Duff.
Clinical break of throw from the Duff man. 14 darts, including the 180.
Second leg, Neil to throw first. Game on. $100.
So, I know it's early, but tomorrow, who's your favourite from the 6 so far?
Oh, I don't know. That's a
41.
tough one. I didn't have the opportunity to see what happened in the earlier sessions in the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So, I mean, I'm expecting that obviously Jared played well to be able to
96.
qualify straight through to Saturday. I mean, I have had the opportunity to watch Group B through both of their sessions. The way
45.
Alexander was playing last night and up until a point this evening as well was great. So he's going to be tough to beat. But you know the quality is there with both
100.
Neil and Rob. So yeah, I think this is a pretty difficult one to call at this point in time.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be a well-balanced
180.
final.
Yeah. Well, and I've totally just forgotten about those who qualified through Group C as well. No disrespect there to any of them. Forgot there's so many
68.
players. I've forgotten about that as well.
Graham Hall and Sam Kankit.
Yeah, and Sam was playing really well. And as did Graham, battled through to be able to qualify.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen the best
50.
of Graham
Neil
this week,
Lucar,
but he's had a real
150.
stubborn
No.
streak to him where he just doesn't give up.
Yeah.
97.
It's a great setup play from Neil Duff. Tees up tops. It will be for a 2-0 lead.
62. Neil Lucar, 40.
Down to 10s. Didn't use the guide,
Game shot on the second leg.
but
Neil
didn't need
though.
to on the double 10. Clean as a whistle. And Neil Duff leads Mike Gillet 2-0. An 18 dart hold to go with a 13 dart break.
Third leg, Mike to throw first. Game on. $85.
Yes, I will have a think about the lineup for tomorrow evening's final and yeah, be able to make a decision on who I think will come through the
125.
victor at the start of the evening tomorrow, or as I should say, later today.
Well, you know Murph's going to put you on the spot.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll be happy to make
50.
a decision then. I just haven't thought about it yet.
Caught you on the hop.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
$82.
Good cover shooting from Neil Duff. And here's a second break of throw on the cards here because he's positioned well.
140.
Was positioned well.
84.
Mike Gillet will be breathing a little easier after the 140 and then this.
140.
His dart sat right on the bottom wire of the treble there, as in the bottom of the treble 60. They looked like they could have been either in or out. Really.
180, mate. You've got
They were
86.
definitely all in there. Now he's put the pressure back on this 86. Oh, that's not a dart you want to see.
No, treble,
Treble
17.
17.
Not even a nice accident where you get a single
No,
number for a
I
dart
know,
at the ball.
Yeah.
35. Neil Lucar, 30.
Kind of sums up Mike's last two evenings, no, to be honest. He's just
No
not.
score. Mike Lucar, 51.
You know, if it wasn't for bad luck, he'd have no luck at all.
But breathes again. And he's missed the big number.
Yep. Said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Oh, this has turned into a disaster. Mike, what are you doing? Yeah, he can't believe it either. Don't worry, Mike. None of us can believe it.
19. Neil
He's
Lucar, 30.
Finally fixed it up to get himself down to a double.
Game shot on
And
the third leg.
makes no
Neil Duff.
difference because Neil's there to clean up the double 15, move into a 3-0 lead, another break of throw, and now has the darts.
Yeah.
Fourth leg Neil to throw first.
We said we were
Game
expecting Neil to play with some freedom, and he has.
Yeah, he has.
85.
But the average is mid-93. However, but that last leg where he had a little bit of double trouble, it would be high 90s.
Yeah. And this
45.
is probably the best we've seen Neil play this evening.
$83.
Mike Gillet, what have you got left in the locker? Whatever it is, it needs to be big.
59.
And it needs to come out now.
$97.
Again, Neil's cover shooting on the 19s, very, very good. Down to 236 after 9. Be looking to set this
82.
up. And he's going to. What he'd give for another one.
100.
We've seen 136 tonight already. Will we see it again to win it?
It's very doable.
85. Neil Vilcar 136.
It's on.
96.
He'll be disappointed that he didn't get a go there.
Yeah, I think so too. But he's left himself tops. You watch Mike banging a 180 here. Oh.
100. Neil Vilcar 40.
Here we go. Match starts incoming for Neil Duff. High. Can he use it as a marker?
Game shot.
Yes,
and the match.
he can.
Neil Duff.
Neil Duff sums up a 4-0 victory over Mike Gillet. It is a whitewash for the Duff man as he moves into second place in Group B. 92.49 average for Neil Duff. 2 maximums, 40% on the checkouts from him. Super stuff in the end. It was a nervy start for the WDF World Champion, but he came good in the end. So congratulations to our Group B winner, Alexander Merkx, Neil Duff in second, and Robert Rickwood in third, as we hand up to the balcony and Henry.
Phil, and so Group B comes towards its conclusion, and many congratulations goes to Alexander Merkx, who tops the group from Neil Duff and Robert Rickwood in second and third respectively. So then let's have a look then at the groups for tomorrow evening's action, as we can see now on your screen. Jared Cole, Neil Duff and Sam Kankit are going to take part in Group 1, and what a tough looking group that's going to be. And then in Group 2 it's going to be Alexander Merkx, Graham Hall and Robert Rickwood. So that is how tomorrow night's finals are set fair, and we're going to be with you for all the action from 10 p.m. here on Sporty Stuff TV. It's going to be myself, Corrine Hammond and Chris Murphy guiding you through all the action as we delve our second name into the Champions League Roll of Honour. From all of us here, thank you so much for tuning in this evening. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.
The MODUS Super Series, brought to you in association with Bet365, Betfair, Betfred, Coral, Ladbrokes, Paddy Power, Unibet and William Hill.